Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Dark Sun on another Saturday with Saving Throw Show. Saving Throw Show, as you know, is fucking great. That's all I wanted to say about Saving Throw Show.
Anyway, see you later.
You probably are noticing that you have that there is a new person at the table here. This new human being.
A bean?
It's a bean.
Okay.
This new human being is not Jordan Pridgeon or Daryl Haynes.
I'm actually Eric Reichert today.
Oh, that's right.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
not
right.
Eric Reichert,
You're being
Daryl
him.
Haynes, or Kelsey Osborne. It is not, in fact, Scott Root. It is Jack Kelly.
Is Scott
And-
listed on the thing too?
Yeah, is Scott listed on the thing? I should have.
Did they get Jack right and not me? That would be bullshit.
We got Jack.
Yeah, no. Okay, so Jack Kelly.
That's what you get for going to Africa.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Yeah,
Always been
Jack hasn't missed a session. That's the main
Just-
difference, I think.
I'm
between-
honestly
took off-
confused about who this Scott person is.
I
guys.
just took off the Scott meat suit.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
you were just wearing someone's face.
Yes.
Yeah.
This
and
whole
body.
time.
Yeah.
Right.
Scott's not. I think you're about the same height, right? So.
Thereabouts, yeah.
Yeah. So you could
Yeah.
easily wear a Scott skin suit.
Scott skin
Scott
suit.
suit?
Yeah, a
It's
Scott
kinda
It's
suit.
got some nice
Kind of like a
alliteration to it.
Slovene. So.
Scott skin suit.
A Scott skin suit.
Yeah.
I slipped
mean,
into
even
my
if there
Scott
is,
skin
I
suit.
slipped into my Scott skin suit.
That's
Scott
a tongue
skin
twister.
suit.
It's better than sounding.
So anyway, thanks for tuning in, guys. This is generally what we do.
No Dungeons and Dragons today, all
Yeah.
alliteration.
Sometimes we actually get down to playing D&D or Dungeon World, which is the system that we're using to play in Dark Sun. It is a very fun system, very free form. I think it's good for storytelling if you are or have a friend who's a DM that likes to improvise a little bit. It's a fun system for that. It's not super rules heavy, so yeah, it's easy to jump in even if you've never played before, which is great because we have one player at the table who, despite having been to every session before this one, has never played Dungeon World before, and that's Jack. So
I hit my head a lot, so it's really okay.
yeah, that's what it is. It's severe brain damage, like an NFL player.
And Daryl's never played well, so.
Yeah, good point. Yeah.
I hope today I do. This
Sure.
Is the day.
That's
Hey,
the dream.
This is
fingers
the
crossed.
day.
We'll see.
The day.
And much like an NFL player, none of us will acknowledge your brain damage.
Because it doesn't exist.
And it bothers me to think about, so I'd rather just pretend it's not real.
Perfect.
I made so much money anyway.
Yeah,
so
exactly. So you're fine. Who cares?
Money solves all problems.
Okay, so in
Fact.
Dungeon World, much like in D&D, you have ability scores. You have the 6 primary ability scores.
Right.
And you have an array of numbers to put into those ability scores. So, you are playing, the class is called Burglar. There are so many classes in Dungeon World. So it's basically a rogue type. So yeah, so your highest score should be dexterity. So you'll write your dex score there, and then it'll tell you that the modifier is 2, so you'll put that underneath.
Okay.
From there, you can kind of do what you want with the rest of the ability scores. For a rogue, obviously, dex is important. That's a +2, not a +6.
Oh.
See, we're learning a game.
We're also learning I'm mildly dyslexic.
No,
That's
but is dyslexia when you just straight write down a separate number?
I have it.
I'm
the
sorry.
one that
Oh,
would know
yeah.
better.
No, actually, I
Come on.
I don't have the privilege to call you out.
Yeah,
on
I
that.
thought we weren't
Stop
acknowledging
being
the brain
so
damage
ableist.
thing.
Yeah,
That's so ableist. Sean.
I'm already failing in a couple of different ways.
Hey.
Get out.
Well, you didn't fit. Those dice are big. I like those dice.
Yeah, so
So you
that's
didn't
true.
fail in that
Daryl
way.
also
Yeah.
has fucked
in
up
that regard.
Yeah,
That all
in
looks
the
fine.
sense of having big dice, I did not fail, which to Daryl is a big thing apparently.
It's a big
you were
deal.
not-
He's a half giant.
Yeah, I love big
He likes
dice.
big dice.
Yeah.
Akoni is the name of the character that Jack will be playing today.
Baby.
And yeah, burglar rogue type.
This sounds somehow familiar.
It should sound familiar to at least a couple of you because Akoni is played in our home game. Yeah, that's right. Look behind the curtain.
We play when we're not on camera.
Yeah.
We don't cease to exist, as is the popular myth.
Yeah, we actually have. I mean, I don't know. I don't have much of a life outside of this, but there's something. There's a little something there. So anyway, yeah, we'll have our new character, Akoni, who has traveled with and kind of grouped with our other adventurers in the past. So not new to the group by any stretch of the imagination. Last week, I think probably the most important thing we should go over was what happened towards the end of the session with basically the party in looking for some answers about an ancient half-giant empire found or gained access to some information about druidic magic, which could be very powerful. And Daryl's character gave those books and that information to the Sorcerer King, because he's trying to get the Sorcerer King to stop using bad magic and instead use good magic. And the Sorcerer King readily accepted this new form of power that was given to him. Did not promise that he would stop using the bad magic, but Daryl was pretty sure.
But he is. He's gonna. There's no way.
Yeah,
it's just better.
Yeah, it's right. It's just
Right.
better.
It's
So
just better. Why would you not?
that was. I think I remember you making that argument last week, and that is that you did make that argument. That's all I can say. It's unclear whether or not. Actually, it's relatively clear it did not. That argument didn't hold a lot of weight for the Sorcerer King. But
It's a slow process. It takes some time.
Yeah.
But
that's
He'll-
true.
Change doesn't happen overnight.
yeah.
Yeah, the Grand Canyon wasn't created in a day.
Yeah.
We
See,
knew it
this is
would.
gonna have to move.
I mean, not
This
the
is gonna
hair,
have to move.
the
Put
microphone.
it in like the bottom of the V, and it'll probably still pick you up.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can put it on
Just
this
stick it in
side.
your cleavage.
Directly. in
That's
the
always-
center-
Stick it in your cuts.
That's always
Stick it in your
stuff it in my
cuts.
cuts.
Stuff it in your cuts.
Yes.
Smoke it, eat it, stuff it in your cuts.
Yep.
It's never gonna die.
I just realized that you can rotate this.
Isn't
Yeah.
that fancy?
I'll put it back on the other side then.
Is that
Yeah, you
better
totally
now?
can.
It's all right. Brain damage,
It's not
everybody.
bumping currently, so we're good.
And you can hear me?
Yeah, oh yeah.
It's
And I can-
bumping,
and I
but
can
it's
do
not
this?
Like a
bumping.
club.
Yeah.
All right,
So
perfect.
now that shit is actually bumping.
I hate that you just said that.
I'm happy it happened.
So we have our ability scores assigned for Akoni. The only
Yeah.
other thing that, well, not the only other thing, but you should pick a motivation and a weakness. And no, these work like alignments. So don't pick those. Just do your
Okay.
bonds.
Okay.
So basically, you'll just read the bond, and in the blank space, say Gideon. Actually, we'll have them describe their
Yeah,
characters
we
so
should
that
probably
you can
Yes,
appropriately
that would
do
be
them.
great.
All right, so Gideon is our first character to be described.
All right, hi, my name is Eric Reichert, and I'm playing Doc. He's a medic. No, that's not true, but the screen says it's true.
Yeah.
And that's a lie. No, I'm actually Gideon Longfellow. I am an anarchist explosive expert, a bombardier class, and basically my whole thing is complete anti-authority, like almost to a psychosis level of stuff. I am
Almost.
actually literate, and I carry around an enormous amount of explosives and explosive like building material at all times, which I keep in my traveling lab, which is basically my big old greatcoat I wear.
All right, and I'm Oswald Torgon. I'm a psychic warrior, so I have psionic powers. I can take damage. I can heal people. I protect everybody.
You do
I
that.
have a halberd. It's awesome.
It's awesome.
I'm against all magic
description.
except this last session. I was convinced that druidic magic is good. So now I'm convincing all magic users to use druidic magic, and it's gonna happen. It's
Wait,
gonna happen.
I just want to say real quick, my favorite moment from what I watched for the last session
Yeah.
was you going to a priest and you were like, I use magic. And they're like, what type of magic? You go, Beetles. Beetle magic.
It was horrible.
How do you spell your character's name?
Osvald.
Oswald.
Oswald.
Okay.
And I'm a half giant, and I'm really big.
Yeah, really big.
But
And Gideon's a human, right?
yeah.
Gideon's a human.
Gideon the human.
Not
Oswald,
necessarily
okay.
muscular for a half giant, but I'm
Yeah,
working on that.
smaller than your, less cut than your average half
Yeah.
giant.
Okay.
And Tenna.
All right. I'm Kelsey Osborne playing Tennalee Boone, and I am a fighter who just pretty much loves to go smash stuff, and I get pretty excited when I learn new fighting techniques or when I meet a foe that I know that I'm just gonna beat to a pulp or impale through their butt to death.
Yep.
In case you missed last week,
Yeah, last
catch up on that.
Yeah,
Hashtag
last
butt
week was a
stuff.
lot of hashtag butt stuff.
Yes, and also, welcome to the couple new chat members that we've got.
Yeah.
Couple new
Yay,
Dark
new
Sun
people.
darlings, am I right?
You can call the chat Dark Sun. That's fine.
All right, good.
Well,
Thanks, Jordan.
okay, so just to be clear, we're all agreeing that the chat can be called Dark Sun Darlings.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dumplings.
All right. The next. All right.
Dumplings.
We
The
got
next
called
goal.
Weird
All right. The next goal is to call these people at the table the Dark Sun Darlings.
That's not happening.
You got to get used to it, man. Mission creep.
He already
Yeah.
made shirts.
A confirmation. Would that be Dark Sun Darlins? Darlins? Like Darlins?
I
or
think
is it
that I think we're doing darlings,
Okay.
and then just saying darlings for flair.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna get that tweeted out a lot.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Dark Sun.
Hashtag
Darlings.
Dark Sun darlings.
I do like the broken halberd though.
Yeah,
because
I
it's
want to be the
about
Order of
me.
the Broken Halberd.
Yeah.
Jordan, we've
Way
already made
cooler.
shirts. You need to stop arguing. They're already
I mean, if we call ourselves the Dark Sun Darlings, I'm just gonna call us the We're Playing D&D crew.
The
In real life,
tabletop
we're
games
people
gang.
sitting at a table. Like that's, and we'll do no more role playing. We don't need to role play.
Why do you hate fun?
Why does
Despise
he
fun.
hate fun?
Well, the
Fun
character
murdered
that
my
I'm rolling
parents.
playing as will do this.
Well, I love our Dark Sun darlings, so nothing that Jordan says will make me change my mind.
Nothing. Yeah, Jordan is. I mean, look at the character he's playing. Jordan is always pushing a boulder up a hill.
It's my job.
Yeah.
He just wants to watch the world burn.
Yeah.
Literally.
Well, kinda.
No.
Well, no. He wants to watch the world. He wants to watch the world burn, having done it himself in an effort to save the world.
Right.
I
That's
want
fair.
the people on top to burn.
Gotcha.
That's the important part.
Oh man, my paladin would get along so well with you saying things like that. Okay, so Akoni, go ahead and read your bonds for our people in chat.
I fill in the name of one of your crew, and at least one. I stole something from Oswald. Tenna has my back if things go wrong. Gideon knows incriminating details about me, and I will show Gideon, who really knows, how to be a thief.
Oh,
All right.
Niles.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
This has become a hostile zone.
But yeah, I don't think I'll fight you too hard on that because if it'd be a sort of thing like, all right, you need to rob that store, and I'll be like, okay, and I'll just place a bomb on the front wall.
Yeah, at that
Be
point,
like,
it's like,
easy to rob. They don't have a front wall anymore.
yeah, you are quite the thief in that regard.
In that you can take things that don't belong to you.
And you do it through
Through
setting explosives.
This large explosions.
You
Yeah.
just have to catch them on their way down. So they blow up.
I get it. So, you guys had a chance to get some R&R after your last sequence of events last time, which, if I remember correctly, Tenali got beat up pretty bad, was pretty close to death at the end of last week's session. Pitka took a hit, nothing too crazy. Luckily, they have their psychic warrior Oswald to. He can transfer wounds essentially. He can't sometimes he can heal, but mostly it's just taking other people's pain and healing it, but then absorbing it into himself. So it's a very it's actually, I think we've mentioned this before, it's a little like your Cuddy No Parents cleric that you played in the past.
Oh, CCNP.
My favorite
CCNP.
character. Portrait
drawn by D20 Monkey, which we've plugged before, but we'll plug again because D20 Monkey's awesome.
Talented
So
guy.
yeah, he's so cool. He's got he draws good.
He draws good.
He draws so
He's
good.
really a Dark Sun darling.
Yeah,
He's a
Dark
dark
Sun.
Drawers.
Love him.
Yeah,
I love it.
yeah, for sure he's a dark sun
Love
darling.
Draws with a draw.
Yeah, he's a really good drawer as well as being good at painting and drawing.
Illustration and such.
Yeah, illustration, all damn things. He's a dark sun darling.
All them artistic types.
So, so this week, you actually were approached, we'll say yesterday, by one of your contacts in the Veiled Alliance. So imagine, I know you've heard a little bit about Dark Sun Jack, but not a lot. So Dark Sun is, D&D
Dark
slash.
Sun Jack is like the coolest character name.
Yeah, it's Samurai Jack.
Like I don't
but,
know what it
Dark
is,
Sun
but Dark Sun Jack.
It's
just
basically
makes
Samurai
sense.
Jack, but a Coney and
Yes.
Dark Sun.
Yes.
Yeah, actually. Yeah, basically. Except I'm pretty sure Samurai Jack is way taller than a Coney.
Yeah, but that's fine.
He's so little.
So yeah, Dark Sun is. I mean, just imagine Mad Max. There's at this point, I think maybe 10 or 11 cities, each of which is controlled by a very powerful sorcerer king. The sorcerer kings keep all of the power for themselves. It is illegal in every single city, except one, to be literate. It is not only illegal, but extremely taboo to cast magic, arcane magic. You're allowed to be like a cleric or a druid, but arcane magic is 100% illegal and taboo.
As
and
it
that's
should be.
right, and that's where Daryl's belief that all magic is dangerous comes from, because people in Dark Sun are pretty uneducated, and magic bad. So they'll they tend to have very uninformed views about how magic works. So the Veiled Alliance is a group of essentially, we'll call them freedom fighters, because I much prefer that term to what they probably actually are. And so these freedom fighters are found throughout Athos or Dark Sun in each of the cities controlled by sorcerer kings, just attempting to undermine the sorcerer kings and do what they can to try and fight back against this crazy authoritarianism and also slavery and everything else. It's a real crapsack world. So, however, there is one city which is free. It's the legendary free city of Tyr. The legendary free city of Tyr used to just be called Tyr until its sorcerer king was killed and replaced by a sorcerer king named Yenin Markovich, I believe. Yenin Markovich basically made the city amazing. There's an education system. They have, the young children now have a literacy rate of like 50%, which is really good. Adults still, for the most part, can't read, obviously, because it's only been like a year or so. But he's getting kids to read. They actually have generally enough food to feed everybody, which is extremely unusual. They have enough water for the populace. It's actually so Tyr being now the legendary free city of Tyr. Oh, most importantly, he abolished slavery. So the legendary free city of Tyr, most citizens would say, is not hyperbole. It is legendarily free. There's some side stuff about how Yenin has taken over complete power of everything and all decision making and abolished the city council.
And he uses magic.
And he does use magic because he is a sorcerer king.
I'm trying to find like a good reason to really hate him.
Are you struggling a little bit over there?
Yeah,
It's harder than it should be.
Yeah, and then there are also imagine just your standard propaganda, like think Kim Jong-un, like murals everywhere of Yenin
great.
and like statues of how great he is and everything.
I've really been like kind of grasping onto that.
That's the one thing you're like, nobody who's good does that.
Yeah.
Like if they were just good, they wouldn't need all this propaganda. So far, unfortunately, you haven't yet come across like the bad part of like what's bad about this, and it's not there yet. Especially with Gideon having lived in the world you've lived in, you're like, it's only going to be so long until the other shoe drops and you find out like something bad is going on.
See, that's exactly how I feel, because I've been part of like not like super successful revolutions, but like things where like a town has been like taken over or like been, it's like, the people who were the revolutionaries actually took over, but then one person was like the personality and led to the whole thing, and then at the end it's like, oh wait, there's still slavery, just call it something different.
Yeah.
And so whenever people are like, oh, things are good now, thank God we have our God Emperor, I'm just like, oh yeah, that's gonna be great.
No red flags now.
Yeah.
Yep. So yesterday, one of your contacts in the Veiled Alliance set up a meeting with you guys, and you met, and she mentioned, let's see, her name is Galara, and Galara just kind of was gauging your interest in a mission for the Veiled Alliance. So the Veiled Alliance is now in full-fledged trying to take down Yenin mode, because they just don't think that there should be Sorcerer Kings. Sorry, I am a bad I'm a bad host, and I did not
Just checking.
copy. I didn't turn on my handy dandy monitor that I have right here, which I'm supposed to have on. But it's on now, and for people at home watching in the chat, you can do your thing now.
Your voices shall be heard.
Yeah, your voices shall be heard now, because
no longer silenced
yeah, you're
by
no longer
Sean's
By
silenced.
Sean.
Yeah, just think of me as the Sorcerer King of the table.
The legendary free city of Table.
The legendary free city of Table. Yep. I mean, you're 100% free to do whatever you want at this table, guys. Like,
Yeah.
obviously, I'm gonna kind of nudge you in ways that make sense.
Sean's
but that
got a gun.
doesn't
We're here
remove
against
your
our will.
Results may
Somebody
vary
please
based
send
on
pizza.
your whim, but
Right. So anyway, Galara detailed essentially a mission for you guys. There's a what used to be hallowed ground, just a few days travel south of the city, and for a long time now has not been hallowed, and has been converted into a source of necromancy type of magic, and there's just been a lot of activity around it. They've noticed like war bands that instead of, because most in the wastes, most bands of people don't really stay in one place. That's the point of a roving band. But for some reason, it's almost like there's just patrols going around this thing, protecting it. And given that it's very dangerous magic, they have some, concerns about what it's going to be used for, and whether or not it might even be Yenin that is actually either researching it or trying to plunder this tomb. That being said, last week Yenin also mentioned, or it might have been Yenin or one of Yenin's surrogates, also mentioned that way up to the northwest, like actually from you guys it'd just be north.
north by north.
North by north.
It's a great
Classic
film festival.
Hitchcock.
Yeah. Yep.
The sequel to North by
Yeah,
Yeah,
Northwest.
north by north.
North by north.
Lesser known. It's like the like Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs 2.
Mhm.
Yes.
It stars her
Eighth
daughter.
dwarf.
It stars
Dwarf.
her.
The dwarf. God, I could tell you about that movie.
Another title that was pitched was North by Northeast, but
They were
They
like,
didn't like it.
no way.
No, it sounded too similar to the first one. They were like, do people know cardinal directions? There was a lot of,
Honestly, in
Yeah.
this new age of Google Maps, like really.
Yeah.
Actually, I heard they changed it on the day.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it was actually done on set when they finally like, you know what? This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, this is more north.
Yeah.
then eat.
Yeah, they
It's
actually
more north than east. Yeah,
yeah, they laid out the map and they're like, oh, actually,
We're
it's
like
just,
north by north.
They realized
north.
it was just north, and they were like, "Well, we gotta stay on brand now."
Right.
North by
We
north
don't want our
north.
audience to be confused.
Yeah. Yeah, we've got. Is it going to be clear it's a sequel if we don't do North by North? Let's just make sure people understand what's going
Guys,
on.
let's just get out of here and make birds.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's North by North.
Okay.
There's a what is described as a grouping of plants, and we would all recognize that as a grove of trees. In Dark Sun or Athos, that's not a thing that exists. There's no such thing as a grove of trees. This is a desert world. Again, think Mad Max. So the idea of a grove of trees is real weird, but according to Yenin, supposedly there's a group of druids that still exist to this day, even from hundreds of years ago, still practicing druidic magic, protecting this grove of trees, and his hope is that you can bring more druidic magic to the world and perhaps reinvigorate the world, bring back the green, bring back the water, bring back the plants. Because unfortunately the environment is toast at this point. So he's also an environmentalist, Jordan.
I just feel like
That's
you're
just great.
describing America. Why are we playing this game? Let's just go out and fix the world.
Yeah, let's just go out and
Druidic
fix the world.
magic.
The real world.
The reason why is because we can fix the world with dice here. In the real world, it just doesn't happen
You're
at all.
shortchanging yourself, Sean.
Escapism.
You could
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
change the world with dice. People just might not take you seriously.
Yeah, that's well.
So we
Yeah, so I'll
are
just put dice
going
on the street.
to this magical orchard,
Druidic magic. There's a
Druidic
big
magical orchard.
difference.
Yeah.
not beetle magic.
Not beetle magic.
that's the bad
That's
kind.
bad.
Yeah,
Um,
we
Yeah.
don't like that.
What type
We are
of
going
magic
to this-
did you use? Beetles.
I thought it was great. I was just like, that is what type of magic.
Yeah, it's 100% accurate. Oswald is very clear and concise when he's explaining things.
Yeah.
Now is that like Beatles as in like the bugs or Beatles as in
Yeah, there were these like.
The
Well-
bugs.
Well, there was this
Yeah,
young
he's
boy, and we were trying to.
There's this band.
He went
Is
to
this
a
too much
water
to go
cleric
into? No.
because water's not magic; it's science.
No, we found
right.
we found like a cave system, and there were these like giant enchanted beetles.
and I had like this.
Oswald.
I'm gonna ask again.
Somehow.
Bugs or 60s boy band?
Well, they were like
Like the
scarab
scary yeah.
statue things. Like, and when I took out this thing I had, this
Magical item.
magical item I had, they came to
Magic.
life, and they went in the crops. And they started destroying the towers and stuff.
Oh.
And then I found out that was magic, and it was
And
fun.
had sort of
I
a
had
crisis.
to cure him, and it was this whole big thing.
Yeah.
You had a
I had
medic
a
on the
curse.
team, and no one even thought to go to the medic.
Oh
to
no, we
try and
thought
get
about
things
it. We
fixed?
just liked our ideas.
It didn't.
about
Appear, it did not appear that you did think
Didn't
about
seem
it.
like anyone thought about it.
Yeah, Eric was playing a medic, and they just just left without even asking Eric
Yeah.
what he thought about it.
That makes sense.
Eric was sitting there in like total Eric style. He's like, I mean, I'm like a medic, but no, that's fine.
Yeah.
Guys.
Is Eric here right
didn't-
now?
Guys.
He's really good.
I think
was
Eric
afraid-
is here
Figured
right
it
now.
out.
Check the screen. I'm pretty
I was
sure.
afraid he'd get the
Eric is
curse
here.
if he tried to cure me. Like it
Yeah.
would come. And
Yeah.
I don't care if
okay,
somebody
wait.
else gets
Okay,
it.
just
Back to
and
the-
a quick recap. That curse did not exist. It's not a real thing.
Fake
It's something
curse.
Yeah. Daryl thought he was sick.
But let's get back to the matter at hand. We are going to this grove, this orchard.
Your Veiled Alliance friends also are offering you a job too, so you can choose between them. You don't have to work
Yenin's job or the Veiled Alliance
exactly.
job.
Exactly.
Or like,
See, I've been thinking about things,
Given things to think.
and even though I hate Yenin, I think maybe the most powerful position to take him down would be on his good side.
yeah, I'm also all for helping druids. Now,
Okay, what?
it's just
Oh
where
yeah.
I'm at.
I hear it. I
So,
hear that.
what does
Yeah.
the Veiled Alliance want us to do?
They want you to just kind of investigate the tomb and basically just see who these people are that are like hanging around the tomb, and then if there's, I mean, it's kind of like you have carte blanche to do what you want. Like when you arrive there, like if there's something wrong that needs to be fixed, then see what you can do. If it's just like, oh, this place is in a holding pattern and everything seems, I mean, it's like an evil place, but like nothing's happening with it, then like you can just kind of leave it be.
And then, so the tomb and the forest are entirely different directions.
Very different directions.
One's
yeah.
north by north.
The other,
and-
I think south by south.
I think
Yeah,
so.
south by
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
South by
Not
different
such a
direction.
great film festival.
south by North Green.
South by south. It's really fallen apart. It's
really
pretty.
has.
It's pretty disappointing.
Yeah, I heard they just let anybody in these days.
Yeah.
No standards.
Well, I mean, you have to pay a fee.
Yeah, it's like $65 and it's total bullshit. They don't even return you notes or anything.
Nope.
Okay, team.
We should split up.
right. Obviously.
Oh God damn you guys.
Obviously, Sean would
If we did
love
do that and we did both of them at the same time, it would be amazing.
We'll go in 4 different directions. Like one of us will stay in town and buy bread.
scatter.
All right, who wants west
Take
by
care
west
of
west and who
Yeah,
wants
east
east
by
by
yeah,
east
yeah.
east?
You know what? I feel like we're being railroaded. The 2 options. Let's attack its local settlement.
We're not gonna do either one of those.
Boy,
Let's just go
Sean
attack
hates
Yinen's
all of
castle,
this.
right?
We need to punish Sean for trying to prepare things.
For for being so
what we
gracious
need
as
to
to
do.
prepare this fun game for
Yeah,
us.
I even put
Yeah.
together my character sheet, but I really feel like fucking
Oh,
Sean over.
I forgot. Actually, let's go back to the character sheet. You need to pick an advanced move.
I do.
Um,
All
he
right, I
doesn't
was
even-
waiting till we got to that.
Right?
all right.
Ugh.
So, real,
are just a
real quick,
mess.
you have to pick an advanced move. Have you looked at any of them?
No.
Okay, look at them while we talk more.
I vote druids.
I vote druids.
All right. I mean, you all know that I'm not pro Yenin, to make things simple.
Yeah,
But
Gideon.
And no
As
one
long-
has anyone been
listen to me.
confused about that.
as long as we all agree that once we are on the inside of his trust and administration, we can do something to take it down.
Well, what if we discover nothing evil or shady?
You know what? I'm willing to put that if out there because I'm so sure that it's not going to be
All
the
right,
case.
as long as it's just, you know.
The only
On-
way
on-
I would be okay with that I would be against taking him down is if he converted fully to druidic magic and didn't use any other kind of magic.
Another option.
I
Then he
also
will be
think-
forgiven.
I am also willing to put those conditions on our
Okay.
group contract,
Okay.
which will be stored here in my head because
Okay.
none
Okay.
of you can read.
I'm starting to learn.
This
I
is-
wrote my name.
That's
This
very
happened.
good, Oswald.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm smart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
in his week off, he actually learned. He knows, besides knowing the full alphabet and how to write his first name, he now knows how to write his last name, as well as
What?
the inn that you've been staying at. So you can
That's
write
where I've been
down.
staying.
Yep.
My name's Oswald, and this is where I live.
Exactly. I got an address now.
Yeah,
This is great.
and I can write it down. on
Wow. We don't need to leave that tag on you if you get lost anymore.
Yep.
I can write it down myself.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's fantastic, Oswald.
He's
I leave
big.
you alone for 2 weeks, and look what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty smart. I exceeded your expectations, I guess.
Great job,
important,
buddy.
important to note that is still much more than you know as far as writing
it's
goes.
100% more than I know.
Yeah, and you have put in zero effort as
Zero
well.
effort.
Okay, yeah, you're good with where you're
I'm
at.
like, I'm fine with this.
You're like, I'm not
I'm
gonna
comfortable
learn.
with my inability to read.
Yeah, you're like, you know what? This is probably not going to change
No,
anytime soon.
I don't
so
feel like
who
that's
cares?
valid to my existence. You know, I'm just like I like to smash things. I'm
That's true,
willing
there's
to
not a-
learn
there's no-
different fighting styles.
Right. You just don't want to waste. Oh, you're ready?
I have a question.
Okay.
So
Kind of the same.
So when it says precise or hand weapon, is that in the description of the gear?
Exactly.
Okay, so like
that-
close
yeah,
hand,
both of those.
thrown.
Yes. So basically, yes. So both of those, whether you choose daggers or short sword, they will definitely count for.
Cheap shot.
Yes, exactly, for cheap
So
shot.
I'm looking at.
Yeah, cheap shot's good.
Also,
because he is going to be as close to my other Akoni as possible.
Little
Nice.
assassiny.
A little assassiny and a huge penchant for kleptomania.
Yep.
So love stealing things.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit assassin.
So it wasn't necessarily.
bit
So I will say that it wasn't necessarily that he stole something from Oswald. He stole something from everybody.
Yeah.
But
That's
I
just
just
the
had
thing
to write
that
one
he
name.
likes the
Yeah.
most.
Exactly.
It's the shiniest.
Yeah.
yeah.
I've got a bond that I stole something from Pitka, but Pitka doesn't own anything, and I should have thought that out.
Well,
you-
maybe
you
you
stole
stole his
his-
vision.
or his
Oh,
innocence.
That's not a bad idea.
Oh yeah, his
You-
vision. That's
You blinded
better,
him
yeah.
with
Who's
gunpowder.
We'll work on this.
Scott. Yeah.
Who?
Yeah. Who?
Yeah, I left that suit at home, you guys. It's really hot
Um,
outside.
I discovered I've been stupid because that halberd
Aw.
you gave me has +1 piercing. I have not been taking advantage of that, but now I will.
Well, now you can read.
You've been
Now I
using
Your
can
it.
read.
halberd
Yeah.
says +1.
It says it on the side, like
Yeah, and now
where
you
I
know
put
what
my
it
hands.
means.
Oh,
You've
+1
been hitting people with the shaft.
yeah, it's like I should have been using the blade.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
You got that thing all mounted back on and everything.
Yeah.
Spent all your money on it.
Man.
Okay, so our Akoni, our burglar rogue, decided to take cheap shot, which gives an extra 1d6 damage on backstab, which is a pretty cool move that most rogues get, most rogue types get.
Does it require flanking?
No, so basically, whenever you roll a 10 plus on a hack and slash,
Nice.
then you can backstab,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
it gives
That's
you a
pretty
few
good.
different choices. So, oh no, it's actually that's not true at all. So yeah, it's whenever they're surprised or defenseless, you get backstab, and then on a 10+, you get to choose from a list a couple of things. 7 and 9, you choose one thing. But so basically, as long as on the backstab, Jack rolls a 7 to 9 or higher, then bare minimum going to do 2d6 damage on top of your normal damage, which is a d6. So you'll be rolling 3d6 damage, which is a lot.
Yeah.
Dungeon World, generally speaking, is a pretty, it's not a big math game. It's not like, I love D&D, it's a great game, but you can get pretty crazy and silly with numbers pretty quick in D&D.
I always have to write out on all my character sheets for D&D. I always have to write out the formula of like what dice I have to roll when, because I can never fucking remember.
Like if I'm using this weapon and it's this plus this.
And I feel I feel super dumb asking every time I have to go. What do I have to roll for this? So.
See, and that's one of the great things about Dungeon World is when you try to do a thing, you roll 2d6 and add one of your ability modifiers. That's it.
No d20s? What's
No
happening?
d20s.
It
It's
is
2d6.
You want another?
So freeing.
I
Yeah.
will. And I'll get Tall Boys next week.
I've got
too.
4 more.
I feel bad. I'm gonna next week.
Well,
Okay,
it's
cool.
listen, Daryl, your presence alone is enough for us. You bring us joy by being just such a goofy, nice guy.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
I like
Sean,
feel all
Sean
warm.
also does not speak for all of us.
Okay,
so
all right.
I prefer if you brought alcohol.
That's fair. Okay,
I
will.
mean, but-
Okay, I'll bring it.
We
Yeah,
should just
I will say, I
do a
think-
session where like every 10 minutes we take a shot
Oh
of
my
something.
God.
And by the end we're like, all right, Dark Sun.
Because we stay on track so well as it is.
Yeah. we
might
need something to
actually-
throw
that might
throw it
actually-
off.
That might actually make us more single-minded that we would stay on track better.
We'd be like so paranoid of going off
like
on
we gotta
tangents.
play.
I guess it's gonna roll me.
Oh yeah, didn't like Twitch doesn't like drinking to excess?
Exactly. They do not like drinking to excess.
I get it.
Yeah, no, it makes perfect sense. That is not good for the brand. Okay, so you guys gather the supplies that you need and start heading north. By north-north.
Right, thank you.
North
Because
by
I was
north.
almost about to get lost.
Again, there are no caravans heading. Well, actually, there's not even a road heading in this direction. This is just desolate. Tyr is the farthest city-state to the west in the land of Athos. It's the farthest to the west, and the closest. Tyr is actually somewhat isolated. The closest other city-state to you is a good 100 miles, I think, to the northeast. So there's just no reason for there to be a road. So you're just kind of trudging through sand dunes with no caravan or anything like that. You could maybe try and find. You could try and recruit
Find
some
some
help
camels
or
or something?
yeah.
Can I sprout lore?
Kinks.
Yes.
Can you sprout lore?
Sprout lore.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can sprout lore.
It's a more
I
dramatic
would
version
really,
of spouting
I
lore.
would
right.
really like it if you did.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That's a. Do I add anything to that?
Int.
Oh boy, 4. It's a 4.
That's the worst
Oh,
thing
but
you could have
anything.
asked me to do.
My thing was gonna be is if we follow the vultures in the sky, they'll take us.
Oh.
They'll lead us through.
They
the
usually
forest.
lead to
I
lots.
learned
Doesn't it
this
work
from
like
Half
if
Giant.
you spout lore and fail, then you still believe it to be
Yeah.
true?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so follow the vultures.
So you're saying vultures equals life,
Yeah.
Okay.
They're gonna take us to life, so you just gotta
Yeah.
follow the vultures.
which is where all the trees and druids
Yeah,
are.
it's a Half Giant thing.
Okay.
I taught it as a kid.
Wow, you're
And,
so smart.
I know.
Yep.
First
So.
thing, last thing.
It gets me.
Where I
So Jack,
live.
that's one of the things that I really like about Dungeon World is you can spout lore, which if you roll good, Daryl didn't, but if you roll well, then you can actually just create something that is canonically true in the world. So that's a cool thing about spout lore. It's not going to go that way for Daryl because he rolled poorly, but that's the basic mechanic behind spout lore, and it's an action, so you can even do it in the middle of combat. You can spout lore, and in a way that could really help you during combat. So it's pretty cool.
Like the butt zerking.
Yeah, exactly. The butt zerker.
All right, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know what's
Watch
going on
more
there.
of the stream.
Yeah.
Let's see about the butt
stuff.
This
zerker.
side of the table has.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're reincarnations.
Right.
I forgot.
We're kind of big deals.
Okay.
I'm
so
a mumhar.
Yeah, that's right.
Fenadai.
Fenadai. I cannot believe you. Oh, of course I can believe you latched onto that so much. It's a butt joke. Okay, so
What?
so you
Circuit.
follow
yeah.
you follow these
That.
vultures, and I'm gonna have all of you make me a wisdom defy danger roll.
Yes.
Wisdom is my
So-
forte.
So
Me
just
too.
You just
At
roll
-1.
2d6 and add your wisdom
Oh, I have
modifier.
+2.
This is like a saving throw. Defy danger.
So I got
Yes, sir.
I got an 8.
I got a. That's a 5, 6, 7, but that's actually a 6.
Okay, not a good wisdom. It's true. Objectively true.
all right. What are we adding?
Wisdom.
Sorry, wisdom. Oh, that isn't great.
So 5.
So 5.
And for me,
Ooh.
5.
So 6 below is a failure, right?
Yeah, so 6 and lower is a failure. If you fail, so if anytime you roll a 6
Did
or lower,
any of us succeed?
Nope.
I
Daryl-
kind of succeeded.
yeah, Daryl got a 7 and 9. So
What'd you
anytime
get, a
you
7?
fail in Dungeon World,
Okay.
you
Eight.
mark
Six.
XP. So just put 1 tick there.
Mm-hmm.
So the nice thing is, anytime you fail in Dungeon
Oh,
World, you're a
yeah.
little closer to being better.
Forgot
Hurrah!
about that.
Yeah, so that's always a cool thing. So you
Yeah,
guys,
yeah,
so you guys are all
Any
like
one will do.
convinced of this buzzard following idea.
Mhm.
You're like, this makes sense. Nailed it. We definitely feel like we're going north. It doesn't feel like we've veered from our course at all. Daryl or Oswald, you're the only one that's like, I don't know, am I wrong about this? Like,
You said it, and then immediately were like, or was that not the case?
yeah, you're not like you're just not sure. You're like, I'm pretty sure I heard that when I was younger. You're pretty sure you heard that when you were younger, but you also feel like you might be off course. So I don't know if you want to tell your companions that or not.
So I thought about this thing I heard when I was young, and it might just be like, a myth. I found out about myths. I've been becoming smarter, and I
I
think
know.
I'm smarter than I was as a kid. It's just a legend. We just need to go north, not follow these buzzards.
Oswald, we've
So
been
we don't
following
wanna?
buzzards for 15 minutes now. We could be way off track.
Well,
I don't know. I mean,
We-
he was right about a lot of the other stuff. He's probably right about these buzzards.
And I will say, Tenali, it feels like you guys have been going north. It does not feel like you've veered at all, by your calculation.
I just feel like, buzzards are animals, and they can be unpredictable. They're not always going north. Sometimes they're going to go other ways.
So
and see-
hold on. Animals aren't always going north? Is that what you're trying to propose?
Yes, I think I figured out. Animals aren't always going north.
Can I spot more that animals are always going north? I'm not doing that. The dumbest,
always going
dumbest
around the
lore that could
world.
be spouted.
Always go north.
Okay, so unfortunately, and actually it was a lot more than 15 minutes. You guys spent like half your day following these buzzards.
Beautiful.
You spent like 4 hours following these buzzards.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, you're convinced it is. However, and this is probably unrelated to the fact that you guys were following these buzzards, out of the sand pop a bunch of like dinosaur-y looking people. Maybe kind of like kobolds. Maybe like how kobolds look. No, they're like, imagine like pterodactyl-headed things. I think I saw them in like X-Men.
Are they like the
Saurons?
sand dragons that come out in
So,
Diablo?
well, Sauron's one person. He's actually a
Okay.
scientist who turned himself into a dinosaur creature who has to drain the life of people to continue to survive.
Okay, nerd.
Oh, that
And
old
now he
thing?
lives in the Savage Land and fights Khazar.
Okay, nerd.
I bet that info gets you laid alive.
Oh yeah!
All right, so what Sauron looks like.
Tell me more about the Savage Land, Jordan.
So are they like
You're
the
so
like the sand dragons that come out in Diablo?
Yeah, they pop out like that.
Okay.
Okay.
So they're all surrounding you. One thing that I forgot to pitch to mention at the beginning. Saving Throw Show is unique from other D&D streams in that you can affect the game through your donations. So please feel free to donate for rerolls or for additional fun things that you can do. For example, you can Jordan's character has a custom donation that you can activate, which is always fun. Same with Daryl. Same with Kelsey. Jack is only here for a week, so Jack doesn't currently have a custom donation. Maybe if Jack comes back, then Jack will have a custom
Jack
donation.
needs to not have a Saturday job.
Well, yeah, that is a bigger issue that we cannot solve immediately.
No, but if you know somebody that's hiring in the Los Angeles area,
Yeah.
please let me know.
And hey, and is paying a living wage, guys. Because at the end of the day, aren't we all just sick of being taken advantage of by the man?
I mean, you say that sarcastically, but yes.
No,
Yeah.
literally, I think we all should be. But, very upset
No more
by that
jokes.
thing.
I'm gonna sprout lore.
Okay.
The Sprout lore again. Okay. Okay. Real quick, actually.
I need to say it
so
before I do
combat.
it.
So combat has started.
All right.
In Dungeon World, there's no initiative. We don't do initiative. So basically, people can just go. So anybody who wants to use their turn to go can go.
They're surrounding us?
There's a half dozen of these Saurons surrounding you.
I want to go
Oh.
ride.
Okay, so I'm gonna spout lore, and it's.
Oh, you're not gonna sprout.
I'm not gonna sprout
Oh.
lore.
Okay.
I changed my mind.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna spout lore instead.
One word, one letter less. That'll make it quicker in the heat of
Yeah,
combat.
exactly. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. If it wasn't in combat, I'd do sprout lore.
Sprout.
So, if something disappears, they believe that that's a demigod.
Oh.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's a lie. That's okay. My intelligence -1, so that's 12.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
that's real good.
Yeah, it's 12.
So they're not buying it then.
And then can I go invisible? Can I try to go invisible? Or is that my turn?
Yeah, that's
spouting
gonna
lore?
be spouting
Okay.
lore is gonna be your turn.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do, as soon as I see these people like pop up on the ground around me, I realize this is like an ambush. Like these people have probably been following us for a while. Like we are in their element. So I'm just gonna say, all right, smoke's up, everybody. Take out a smoke grenade and just throw it like to the ground where we are, and just create a big burst of smoke so we can try. Actually, I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say 12 o'clock. Or some equivalent, like we've got, because we've established that we have code words
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
I use when I'm gonna blow shit up,
Yeah.
so that we know it's happening.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say, I'll say like high noon, which means
High noon.
high noon, which means just like go fucking north,
Yeah.
Okay.
because it's like head in the direction of the
We
sun,
can figure out where that is.
kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'll just throw that down and create the smoke grenade because I just want to get us out of the middle of like the
Yeah,
group.
you're in a bad position right now for sure.
Yeah. So okay, rolling to see if that
roll.
works. Should I re-roll that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a negatory.
5, 6, 7. So that
so
it
7.
works,
Yeah.
but with complications.
Yeah.
So you throw down the smoke grenade, and it covers all of you. Unfortunately, all of the Saurons immediately just rush. They're like they can't see anything, so they just like dogpile into the smoke. So they can't really see very well, but neither can you
So
guys.
they are
It's
like,
just-
oh no, we can't see, pounce,
Exactly.
and they all pounce into the middle.
Exactly, they all pounce into the middle.
Okay.
All right, that's fun.
Yeah.
So it is a mass of arms, and these things are like biting, so you can like feel things biting you, and you actually hear weapons being drawn as well.
Great.
So they're not just beasts.
They're not just beasts.
Okay.
You hear weapons being drawn, so
They're at least smart enough to plan an ambush.
yeah.
Animals can be smart.
This was
To
a
various
this,
levels,
This was a
yes.
point. This is a point of disagreement before the stream, guys. Kelsey will always maintain that animals are incredibly smart, and Jordan will maintain that they're kind of smart. And that is
You can see how polar opposite we are. on it.
that's the thing.
We're really button heads over
They come
here.
from very different directions on this issue.
Animals are only kind of smart. There's no limit to their intelligence.
I'm telling you, I know.
I can tell you he's right. My cats are dumb. They're super dumb.
I agree with conditions.
Yeah, it got pretty violent, but then we had to cool it down for the stream. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
we want to keep things nice and family oriented.
Yeah.
You know?
I want
The
to. I
only
want
battles we want are in your mind.
I want to say that you're
Oh, you
you're
son of
both very mature for keeping it professional.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Good job to
Good,
both
yeah.
of you because I remember like there was a period of about 3 minutes of just dead silence where they
Oh,
were just
yeah.
staring at each other, and the three of us were just like very awkward.
We didn't care how awkward it was.
No, you were making it awkward for us, and neither of you seemed to give a single
Didn't
shit.
bother me one bit.
So, Tenali, are you up next? You have a
Yep.
plan?
No, I don't have a plan.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I'm up next. Okay, I am going to. You said something is like biting my leg.
Yeah, you feel.
Stab it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That's a thing.
It's not Oswald, is it?
Oswald, are you biting things right now?
Oh no, I'm thinking about I'm thinking about the lore that I.
Oh, yeah, good. Good.
Okay,
Yeah,
so it's not Oswald. So.
it's not Oswald.
Oh crud!
We are not great at this.
Hold on, I
rolling
got
the
it.
box thing.
Everything's fine. Oh golly. So that's a 7. No, yes. I can add.
Yeah. So, unfortunately, so yes, this thing is biting you, and as you pull out your sword, use a sword, right?
Well, I guess I said I was stabbing it, so yeah.
Yeah. You can,
Hindsight, I should have stomped on it.
you can stomp on it. That's
I'd like
fine.
to stomp on it.
Okay, so as you kind of tear your leg away from this thing biting you and stomp this thing, you can roll your damage.
Okay.
But unfortunately, as it squeals or screams in pain,
I
I don't know why you're so sad. This
I
thing
don't
is
know.
trying to murder you.
I know.
Is the condition, is like the complication that you realize it has a family and cares
You're
about
right.
them?
Yeah, and it's just trying to protect
Yeah.
its territory.
Yeah, the
from-
complication is that you realize the world isn't black and white.
Well, it's because these animals are really smart and
They're not
understand
animals.
that
You actually hear them communicating to each other in some sort of
animals
language.
communicate.
Okay, but not. They don't have they don't have alphabets.
You're being condescending right now.
Okay, so anyway, you actually feel both a sword and a spear
Oh.
stick into you.
Into either side,
Yep,
into
into
both
your
of
flanks.
my kidneys.
Dang.
Yeah. So
Okay.
you're gonna take, as well as you feel a chunk of your calf come off as you rip your leg away from these serrated teeth.
Okay.
And stop. So roll your damage.
Great
and then,
start.
Yeah, and then you're gonna take a D8 plus 3 damage. That is a D20.
And you only rolled a 4 anyways. Good.
I'll tell you what. I'll let you keep that 4, or you can roll your D12.
I'll roll my D12, Sean.
Much
Oh!
Much better. Yeah.
I would have laughed so hard
D20.
if you would have also gotten
Yeah.
the 4.
I know, right? Oh man, things are happening for me today.
You're
So
off to a
11 damage.
Great start.
I am not a very smart animal.
See, they can be somewhat.
Like most animals.
I do have limitations to my intelligence, Jordan.
Someone said brain damage.
11 damage.
All right.
So
And
there.
then I'm rolling what for my own damage? What
a
did you
D8 plus 3
say? Okay.
because you're being attacked by multiple enemies.
Plus 3.
Nice.
Best you can do. So 4 damage.
In case you can't see it.
Cool.
All right.
Yeah. So just to make it easy for the folks at home, try and center your dice in the middle after you roll it, just so you can show off how much you suck.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
I
you.
guess I should have said that directly to Daryl, because Daryl fails more than you do.
What if we
Well, I
want to
haven't
make
been
the
failing this
people at
time.
home work for their enjoyment of our stream, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Good point.
That'll make them appreciate it more.
You donate
Yeah.
more money, we'll move the dice so you can see it.
Yeah. There's
Okay.
levels.
So
of moving it.
Yeah.
Jack or
Okay.
Akoni is last.
Yeah, what is, so like, is there like stuff around here? Like,
Yeah, you can barely see, but you do feel it's not you're not currently being attacked, but you can feel a body pressed up against yours that's like scaly and yeah.
Okay, so I'm guessing backstab would work in this situation.
Yes. So
if
you
they
have
can't
to
see me?
use the hack and slash move first, which is just add your roll 2d6 and add dex. So this is your attack roll.
Yeah. Yeah, no.
Oh boy.
Oof.
What is that?
This
5?
encounter is off to a great start.
You should try rolling higher.
Good advice.
That's what we usually do.
Is it what we usually do?
I mean,
it seems like.
No.
Yeah, I try to roll medium.
right
Yeah,
in the middle.
Daryl's strategy. You know what? Don't shoot too high.
Yeah, exactly.
Just go for
Yeah.
mediocre.
Just go
I'm with
medium.
Daryl on this
Yeah.
one.
It's like there might be some complications, but it's technically a success.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you shoot for the moon,
So
you'll die
did-
in space.
You'll die in the vacuum, dark and lonely.
Okay, so unfortunate. So mark XP. So you, how are you attacking? You attacking with a short sword, dagger?
Short sword.
Okay, so you go in to stick this thing with your short sword, and it glances off of this thing's armor because they are actually wearing crappy armor, but it is still armor. Glances off the armor, and you just because it's smoky and you can't see very well. At the last possible moment, you just see a bone cudgel just smack you in the head, and you're going to take a D8 damage.
1d8.
Yep.
I miss my d8s.
And you can reduce it by 1 because that's how armor works in this game.
Awesome.
Oh, can I reduce my 4 by
Oh.
6.
Almost.
Yes, by your
one.
armor, yes you can.
All right,
This is
well,
7.
that makes a difference.
Ooh, that's a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't figure out your hit points. So your hit points are.
Oh no, you're dead now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so and you
Alright, it
have
was nice playing with you
Six
guys.
hit
Going
points.
back.
so your max hit points is 6 plus Constitution.
Jack
That's
makes
the
it
Constitution
half a combat.
score.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's.
Well, I did.
So you have
I
15 hit
calculated
points.
mine wrong on the first game, and I was like, "Why does everybody have 20-something hit points?" Again, dumb.
So that was a pretty solid hit.
They all hit.
So you're at 9 out of 15 now.
General Dungeon World question: do you ever gain hit points?
No.
Well, you do
All
if
right.
your Constitution score
If your
goes up.
Constitution score increases.
That's how to
Got
do
it.
it.
Yeah, so when you guys, I think when you hit your next level, you'll be able to increase one of these by 1, or maybe you already did. I'm not sure who here is level 3, but if you're level 3, then you should have increased one of your ability scores by 1. You're level 2.
Okay. That was going to be my next question.
Yep. Good
And
question.
I am.
Yeah. So that was round 1. So at this point, you have one very, very badly injured Sauron creature, and you have 5 more that are totally uninjured, and you guys are stuck in a plume of smoke that is making it very difficult for you to see. Thanks, Jordan.
Well, I've got goggles on.
Oh, yes, you're fine. Yeah. Yeah, so it's no problem for you, but
I guess I
unfortunately-
never mentioned that, but I do. My character has goggles. He like wears on his forehead because I deal with explosions a lot.
Of course.
So-
Do we like Jordan in this game? Or is it like our other games?
It's,
just the worst.
it's a lot more like your other game.
I don't think
people
so
dislike
Jordan's
me yet.
the worst.
Nah, he blows up stuff. It's
Thanks
fun.
for the
He
shorthand.
does blow
It's
up
fun.
a lot of things.
Yeah, right. And
Yeah.
me and
Which makes it
Oswald are
fun.
like old war buddies.
That's
like
right.
we've gone through like some traumatic shit together.
So you know how awful he is.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't approve of his methods, but
He
he gets the job done.
Yeah.
See, Oswald knows incriminating details about me. That's a bond we got going on there. But he also has my back.
Yeah, I do.
Because we like went through like a situation where like we accidentally triggered some like enormous magical like
and you know
catastrophe
what?
for like
I
the group.
blame Gideon for the creation of Unnatural Menace. So
No.
Yeah, there's an unnatural menace that's
It's a complicated
roaming.
relationship.
yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
Aren't all relationships?
It's like
Yeah.
we have each other's back, but it's still like, oh, that one thing was your fault.
And I'll never forgive you.
Yep.
Maybe I don't know you blame me for it.
Yeah.
But like you totally do.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so that's where we are. We have 5 of these creatures, 5 of these Sauron creatures remaining. One that's very badly injured, and we have a pretty badly injured Akoni.
Mm-hmm. Always and forever.
So,
I get injured a lot.
Yeah,
so they can't. We're still a bunch of smoke.
you're in a
everywhere.
bunch of smoke
Okay.
right now.
So, I guess I'll lend health over here to
Oh, thank you,
Coney.
Pandanin and Matt 510.
Or maybe not.
Heal 2 hit points, Akoni.
Yeah.
Thanks, friends.
Check coming
Nice,
through.
nice.
Nice.
In that case, I'm gonna do some damage then. I'm gonna attack one of the. I'm gonna do this just because I feel like I can do a lot of damage because I got piercing like crazy. I got,
that
oh,
I'm
yeah.
gonna have
+1.
+3 piercing with this.
Oh.
So I'm gonna project force on one of the uninjured ones. the one closest to Coney. Is it hurt? Or is it?
No, there's one right next to. Yeah, that one is uninjured.
I'm gonna attack that one. Here we
Okay.
go.
Avenge me.
Here we go. Oops.
You're doing great today.
That one didn't even bounce out of the box.
No,
It's
it
like-
just was
it
out.
like just jumped out of his hand.
What we're finding is Daryl's
Oh.
already drunk.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's actually a 9.
Hey.
So, I can give you. Okay, let's see.
So-
Or no, I'm attacking. Yeah.
So
Project force.
Yeah, the only problem is for Akoni's kind of in the way.
No.
So you know how like with your project force when he swings his weapon like a wave of psionic force goes booming out of his weapon. Akoni's in the way. So you can get in position to attack, but you're going to have to get into melee with this thing to do it.
Okay.
I imagine myself always sort of sticking back to back with Oswald. So if I know what he's trying to do I have time to run up and like brace my shield in front of Akoni before he magic goes?
Absolutely. Yeah, you
All
can.
right.
Yeah, you run up and turn your shield around, and you're like, oh, too late, by the way, to change what you're doing. And you realize you're like, oh shit, this wave of psionic force is going to demolish her shield. But oh well, too
No,
late.
I have my new fancy
I know.
metal.
Oh no.
One more heal to Akoni from. Okay, I know this. Malkara Darkwheel. Is that how you say it?
Thanks, friend.
It's a cool
Malkara-
name. We assume.
Okay, Malkara Dark.
I think it's-
Oh, Darkwell. Because there's a place that's Darkwell named after them now in the world.
I think it's because I'm cute.
Yeah, that's why. For sure, that's why. Okay, so that's exactly what happens. You see,
Okay.
you see Tenali run around to protect Akoni from the,
you gotta
the psionic blast. You do your
magic
booming
go.
blade, and
Oh my god.
so
What's happening?
Daryl, you're the worst. So as you see this wave of psionic force going towards
Yeah.
Akoni, Tenali puts up her shield, and basically the psionic force reflects off of it, and she shoots it in, basically reflects it into one of the other
Worth
Sauron
it.
Pretty
creatures.
awesome.
It was
And,
worth
and
it.
you realize that your shield clearly has magical resistance to it. Like, it's not just a metal. Not only is it a steel shield in a world where steel is not just rare, but almost unheard of. Like, most weapons are made of iron. Oh, okay, the nicest weapons are made of iron, but most weapons are bone and obsidian. So you have a fucking steel shield that can reflect magic now, apparently.
Just clarification, we are still doing this within a dense cloud of smoke, right?
Yep.
Dope.
So this does not hit the one that Oswald was going for. It hit a different one, but you see this one just go flying, get knocked back out of the smoke, and goes skidding back along the sand, and is clearly out of commission.
Nice.
Awesome.
Nice.
Noise.
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 Nice, nice.
All right, who is up next?
Such a good sketch.
Akoni's left, right? Have you gone?
Oh, nice. I am so happy that Braid, what is that, 14?
XIV, I guess that's 14.
I don't know Roman numerals.
XIV, yeah, it's 14.
Okay, 14. So Braid 14 is requiring Oswald to change his dice. So
Quit as a result.
He's like, I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
yeah, Daryl was like, "This sucks. I quit. This game is the worst." No, Daryl, you're the worst.
That's a fresh heal for Akoni.
Yeah, one heal to Akoni from Bendis. Thank you, Bendis.
And actually, go ahead and take 2 heals, Akoni. I swear someone somehow donated and we lost it, but I don't know who it is. But there was
Oh.
definitely a heal that snuck in for you.
Okay.
So you heal Akoni and we don't.
If I didn't say your name, then bitch
We
about
love
that.
our Dark Sun
Yeah,
darling.
if you donated and I didn't say your name, bitch about it wildly in the chat.
Yes, Sean is
And make
the
Sax-
literal worst.
Yeah.
I've
Make
had to drive
Sax
him to
deal with
so
that
many
shit.
sessions. Like, true story, I
Yeah.
picked Sean up for D&D.
That's because I don't like to drive.
No one likes
he
to
says
drive.
that. He says that.
I don't like to drive. It's lame. It's stupid. I hate it. And yet I live in LA.
Yeah. Self-driving
in an
cars
area-
will be a thing soon, right?
Additionally, in an area that does not have access to public transportation.
transportation. It's
Yeah.
fine. Before we get public transportation, we'll just all have self-driving cars.
Sure, yeah, well, like 20% of us
In
will.
like 5 years, all of
Yeah.
us will have self-driving cars.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
I bet you that's going to skip the working class. The rest of us are still going to have to fucking drive our cars.
Well, Sean will only get a self-driving car if it was made in America, which it probably won't be. Let's be real.
I think we'll
Look,
see.
I want self-driving
You really
cars.
think Ford is going to make a self-driving car?
Yeah,
mean,
Tesla.
yeah,
That's
so,
made in
no.
America, hopefully.
Ford's gonna do it.
You really think
The
maybe
cars
we'll
will.
afford a Tesla?
The car dealerships will get behind it, but here's what's gonna happen. I want self-driving cars very bad, but the first time a self-driving car just like rolls over some little white girl on a crosswalk, it's gonna suddenly get every politician who's like, you know what? People like to be upset about things.
Yeah.
And it has to be a
Well,
little white.
And that'll
Um,
be the
or
beginning
no
of
one
his
will care.
speech, actually.
True-
He'll
true
say,
story,
people
though.
like to get upset about things, and here's where I want to start.
And people are like, I do like to get upset about things.
Yeah.
Well, true story, I do have a friend in my acting class who was T-boned on his bicycle by a car in an intersection, and he is now paralyzed.
Was it a self-driving car?
So, you know, just
Was
saying.
it a self-driving car?
No.
Then why is that relevant?
Because I'm saying people get hit in
Because people get hit by
crosswalks all
cars?
the time,
Oh.
and it's so horrible.
There was also
So
that.
I'm saying self-driving cars are
Yeah.
not going to be like worse.
I
Yeah.
know, but
But it's going to be one of
who
those
do you
things
sue?
where
Who do you sue when you get hit by a
Yeah.
self-driving car?
the company.
Do
Yeah.
you though?
This is America. You sue the
You
company.
definitely sue the
Come on,
company.
man. Where have
Um,
you been? Africa?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's a very
A lot
different.
changed
It's
while
a
you were
very
gone.
Jordan. It's a
Super
very different
jealous
place
of
here
you,
in
By the
America.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, I am interested to see how. Yeah, I am very interested to see how that turns out because obviously they're going to sue the company. Whether or not there's any grounds for it, who knows? I'm very interested to see also how they develop the algorithm because there's been articles that have talked about how, they're trying to like figure out how do you decide when a car has to swerve, like because there are situations where it's like, okay, we should swerve because we're about to hit a bus full of school children.
Yeah.
But it's like, what if doing that would almost certainly kill the driver? Like, will the car
Or
make
cause
that?
like a 3-car accident, but
Yeah.
you have to hit a person.
And it's also
Yeah.
like if they put in all those features and like, like if an animal comes in the middle of the road, like it detects that. And
Yeah.
Yeah, how do you
There's
know it's an
gonna-
animal?
But also if they do that too much, then it's gonna mess up all the time, and people will be like, "Let's go!" Like it'll just be stopped, and it'll
Yeah.
be nothing. It'll just
Yeah.
malfunction.
Yeah,
Right.
you're like,
It's
it's
gonna-
a scarecrow over there. It's not even in
Yeah,
the way.
yeah,
Guys,
exactly.
there's gonna be some kinks to work out, okay? Maybe
Yeah.
the self-driving cars will stop at Pokemon in the middle of the street. But,
Yeah.
they
Maybe the
just-
self-driving cars will drive slow enough so you can hit all the Pokestops
Right.
for
You
you,
know,
right?
yeah.
Great.
See,
That's
there
what
you
I
go.
want.
That's how
All
we're
right.
gonna get this shit funded.
Let's try and be a little more on.
I get it, Jordan. I get it. Okay, who is next? Who's next?
This guy.
You want
is-
Modelo
This
or
side of the
Tecate?
table's gone already.
Yeah.
What?
Do you want to go?
I already went.
You went second round?
Oh, we have a second round.
Yeah.
These
All
two
right.
just went second round.
I'm gonna dive out of the. I'm gonna dive in the direction of north and try and get out of.
In the direction of north?
in the
Or
direction
north
of
by
north.
north.
North by north north.
There
Okay,
it
Be
is. There it
specific,
is.
Jordan.
I'm gonna dive north by north north and try and get out of the middle of the thing because I don't want to be like just right in the middle of combat.
Okay,
That's
you
not a
can
good situation. for
Easily
me.
do that, no problem. You're out of the smoke now.
Okay, great. Can I then also do something? or-
Absolutely, yes.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna pull out my sling and I'm gonna whip a rock into the
One of the Saurons?
One of the Saurons.
Okay, you can see a figure that looks like it's probably a Sauron. in
All
its-
right, I'm willing to take that risk.
I knew you would be.
All right. That is a 9, 10, 11.
Nice. Yeah, so
Pow.
it definitely was one of the Saurons. You know what your friends are shaped like.
Yeah.
That's
One of them's big.
Yeah,
The
one of
other's
them is
big.
Yeah,
The other's small.
Actually, yeah, there's
Tecate
basically two
Modelo.
big ones and
Yeah.
one smaller one.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty simple.
Yeah.
It's very simple.
This is one of the first big creatures that I think
Thank
I've
you, sir.
played. Aside from
That can't-
my Golem monk.
You played a half-orc
Feldspar.
paladin too.
Well, I played a what?
Half-orc paladin.
Oh, I did play a half-orc paladin.
So I mean,
I'm just usually like a halfling or a dwarf.
yeah, that's
Almost
true.
all of the time.
Yeah, dwarves are great. I'm not.
No, you're a
gonna-
half door.
I'm not gonna get into.
I know,
half-orc.
but didn't you say that half dwarves are actually like larger than regular humans?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense, but they are. That's one thing I never really understood about Dark Sun. They're like, so mules are a cross between humans and dwarves,
Yeah.
and somehow they are bigger than humans.
Well,
Don't know how that.
like ligers and tigons are larger than lions and tigers.
Are they really?
Yeah, significantly. By
Yeah,
Genetics are
that is
weird.
true. Ligers are super big. Yeah.
That's so weird.
I mean, the takeaway is that genetics are weird.
Animals,
yeah, genetics.
huh?
Yeah, for sure. Genetics.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
smarter than they.
Okay.
They're so only a certain amount smart.
Smarter than they.
Jordan thinks they're only pretty smart. What was your damage? For your stun?
It's D8, so let's
Yeah.
find out.
Wow.
There it is.
Pow,
Boom.
pow, pow, pow.
Look at Mr. Fancy over
Rolling
here.
high.
Roll
It's all going
so
downhill
much
from
better
here.
in this game.
Yeah, I know.
That's a
Really
lot of.
turn it on for the camera.
That's a lot of damage for a sling, though. That's like
Right?
so much damage.
That's like David and Goliath.
Davey over
level.
The rock's good.
Yeah,
Slings are like if slings are done right, they're powerful. Like if you look at like real old style slings that are just like that's a high powered rock flying at you.
And you've spent a lot of time on YouTube looking at people throwing slings.
I spent a lot of time on YouTube looking at people throwing
That's what Jordan
slings.
does instead of dating people.
Check out the YouTube channel Primitive Technology.
Oh my
He
God, I
makes a
love
sling
primitive
on one of them.
technology so
it's
much.
Dope.
You really, really love it. He thinks it's pretty good.
No, it's like my favorite YouTube channel.
I'm like, he's the smartest primitive technology person I've ever seen.
That's great. And I'm like, he's a pretty reasonably smart primitive.
Carol, you gotta change your dice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, you're not allowed to
Um,
use those anymore.
Oh, really?
Do
Yeah.
you want, here's a couple D6s for you.
Oh, do I
By
have to
law
change
of-
all of mine or
by
just
law
the
of
D6?
chat.
Anything you roll can't be those white ones anymore.
Okay, cool.
They are
So-
cursed, and we
Those
do
are
not wish to
cursed.
see them again.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Nobody wants to see.
I
Nobody
use
wants
these
to see
every
the
week.
white.
Man,
Not
okay.
this week,
Do you
bud,
want just
not
a
this
set?
week.
I could just
Yeah, let me
hand
give
you a
you the
set.
rest of the set.
I can.
We're ending your reign of
Oh.
white supremacy. with
Oh,
this
you
dice.
sound so sad about that.
There you go.
Well,
There's your
it's,
set.
I use the white though because it's like I'm just like a fighter and it's like I'm not doing like crazy. Well, I am doing crazy stuff.
You're
Oh
doing.
no, it fits Oswald. I don't
I
know.
mean, I
It
feel
does,
like
it
the black
absolutely
and
does.
gold.
That's
well,
pretty
here's,
cool.
Here's what I
My
think.
school color.
I think what that represents is Oswald's blackened soul from the magic that
Oh.
he's experienced.
Beatles.
That's true.
Yeah, from Beatles.
Beetle magic.
Okay, so that was Jordan's turn. Akoni.
Is there like a way to, I don't know. Well, I guess since our dear viewers have helped out, I think I'm gonna go for another attack.
Okay, so hack and slash again. Add your dex to the roll.
Please roll better.
Better.
That would be a 9.
Okay,
There we
9.
go.
So, yeah, so you can definitely catch one of them unaware.
Okay.
And give him a backstab. So now for backstab, you'll roll again because it's a separate roll. So you roll plus dex again. So add 2.
So isn't it?
You have to roll this as a separate move.
Okay, so the 1d6, but don't I also get the?
We're
another
not even dealing with that because that's part of the resolution. So first you attacked. Now you have to backstab. So backstab is like a second attack basically.
Okay.
And you
7.
just roll again.
2?
Yeah. 2d6. Basically.
Ooh.
Wow.
That's
So
11.
you're 10 plus. Okay.
Yeah.
So on a 10 plus, you can pick 2 of the dots.
I'm gonna definitely deal damage.
Okay. So that'll be plus 2d6 damage. So you'll roll 3d6 damage.
Holy cow!
And then
So
what?
So roll another one right now. Or?
You'll roll 3 new ones.
Holy.
Yeah. This is gonna be.
That's a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
provided I roll well.
And then what's the other one?
And then I will do. Is anybody? What is +1 forward?
It means they get a +1 on their next action.
Okay. To me or my ally acting on it. Actually, I'm gonna choose don't get into melee.
Okay, great. So you end up giving this thing a quick stick with your dagger, and because you rolled a 9 and not a 10, there's complications on the original roll. But since you're deciding not to be in melee, you actually avoid those complications by jumping out. So so it grabs a spear and kind of goes to stick you, but you nimbly dodge it. Just retract your dagger from its spine as it crumples to the ground, and you back away. So roll your damage as you completely murder this thing.
So it's 2d6 with the regular damage roll, and then plus the 1d6.
Yeah. So what it is so anytime you're rolling damage, doesn't matter what type of weapon you're using, you roll a d6.
Okay.
You can be using a greatsword. It's going to be a d6 because that's just what your class rolls for damage.
Right.
Backstab gives you an extra 1d6, so
Okay.
that's 2d6, and then your cheap shot gives you the third one.
Oh,
So
okay.
basically, normally you're only going to roll 1. If you backstab, then you can get to roll the second and third d6s.
Those were my questions.
So many dice.
So that's 9. And don't add anything to it.
Nope, no
Just
modifiers on damage, typically. I think somewhere maybe somebody does, but it's very rare. So, this thing just crumples to the ground. So you now have 2 very badly injured ones and 2 fresh ones. But it looks like the 2 badly injured ones go running out of the smoke to attack Gideon. So they come running up to you. One has a short sword and the other has a spear. The 2 fresh ones are just kind of in melee with both of you, and you've backed out of the smoke a little bit as well. So you're just on the edges, the outskirts of the smoke. So, new round.
You said the 2 injured ones came out of the smoke.
They did, and they're rushing Gideon.
So I'm gonna step away from, just take a step away from the fully undamaged ones,
Mhm.
and then I'm gonna do a project force on one of the ones going after. I'll hit the more injured one actually.
Okay, yeah. There's one you're surprised is even still standing, and that's the one that Tenali hit first thing.
Okay.
Somehow that one it's clearly the toughest one of the bunch, but it's still very badly injured.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna take out that one with more health, and I get a +3 piercing on this.
Oh yeah, that's
So.
You're so drunk.
Man. Okay, so that's a 5,
6, 7.
6, 7. 7!
Just enough.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
All right, and
So yeah, so as you send this wave of booming force towards these things, there's that brief pop as they hear the sonic boom as this psionic wave is heading towards them, and that is loud enough to get the 2 fresh ones to jump out of the smoke and just both attack you.
Okay.
So they're gonna do a d8 +2 damage to you, and then you can deal your damage to the other one.
okay, so this is gonna be. Which one I want to go with first? Damage to me. Here we go. Damage to me. Okay.
Not
so
so
5.
bad.
So yeah, 5. Whoops. And damage to them. There's 3 piercing, or damage to one of them. So 5.
5, but 3, but it's but
Yeah.
it can pierce through 3 armor, which
Mhm.
is definitely enough to pierce through all of its armor. So you do end up killing
Yes.
Nice.
Boom.
the toughest one of the
Got
bunch.
him. Got him.
Okay.
And you take 5 damage,
Uh,
reduced by armor.
yeah. So I rolled a 3. Oh yeah. So
But it's
5.
+2.
So I actually have 4 armor because project force gives me 1 more. So I'm going to take 1 damage.
Wow.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah,
Man,
I'm tough.
you people in your crazy armor.
I'm tough.
So when I see the one go down,
Before you go,
okay.
so the 2 fresh ones as they leave the smoke, you actually see both of them actually tear off their armor. It's kind of just like a twined together collection of bone, and they both
Hulk Hogan
tear
it
off
off.
their armor, and they both go berserk.
Oh.
And you can see them like it's some sort of psionic power.
These are the uninjured ones?
the uninjured ones, and they
Can we
literally
just run into one enemy that doesn't like erupt with psionic power?
Okay, no, you can't
I feel like
because
no, yeah.
no, you can't because Bendis has donated to buff the bad guy.
Oh.
Bendis! So
After
thank you,
everything you did to
Bendis.
the X-Men, now
I know,
he's
right?
not smart.
Well, I still Bendis to me will always be the character from Firefly. I will never forget Bendis because this is important to know. Bendis, we are just too pretty to die.
Love it.
Anyway,
right.
yeah. So they literally they literally enlarge. They're like twice as tall as they were before, wider, bigger, more muscular, and just huge claws on their hands, serrated teeth. These are just giant Saurons now.
This is all.
yeah.
How many are left?
There's 3 left. 2 of them hulk out.
I
Are
feel
those
like
the
they look.
uninjured
I
ones?
feel like they look a lot more vicious.
They look so much more
So
vicious.
the one who's coming at me, did
is
he hulk
injured.
out?
No.
All right.
So Gideon's
you're like,
like,
"I'm
they
fine."
don't look
So-
that much more vicious.
So what I do is, as I see that he didn't hulk out, I just give a big ol' smile. Like my character just has like a big toothy smile. He's
Right.
like, looks like you drew the short straw, friend. And I pop a stiletto out of my hand, flip it up, grab it in my hand, and just leap at him and like try and stab him in the
All right,
face.
give me that hack and slash.
Hack and slash.
Nice.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice.
Pow.
Stabby, stabby.
I will have you roll your damage because they do have armor. So
Yeah. It's a D8.
No.
Nice.
6.
okay, definitely enough
Oh
though.
wait, that's a 9.
So
I see a 9 from my angle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they draw that line above.
Right on the top.
so
They're
then
like,
you
this is
so
the
then you
root.
realize that's the 9 on your D8.
Yeah.
It's a 9 on my D8.
Yeah.
Numbers are fun.
Gotta protect it from the rain.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
I guess
Carol
that,
gets it.
yeah, I guess I
What
guess
sort
if
of
you roll,
pessimistic
you
society
can
are
roll
we
more
put
than
the line under it, right?
Yeah.
Good point.
Right.
You can roll more than a 9 on a D8 though if you roll an 8 because that is a government den.
That's
That's
true.
right.
Man, I love
Um,
that.
So anyway, yeah. So you now only have 2 left, 2 remaining. So now it's just mop up time. You know, easy breezy, no problem, right?
Beautiful
Yeah.
cover girl.
Except they're
Easy breezy, beautiful
really
cover girl.
scary.
Maybe they were born with it. Maybe they were buffed by chat.
Yeah, they were not born with this.
Maybe they're born with it.
Yes.
Yeah, this was definitely a gift from Bendis.
All right. I am going to attempt to just damage one of these beastly beasts.
Okay, so you're gonna run in with a weapon, or you just?
I'm
gonna
gonna
go
use my
brawling?
sword.
Okay.
Yeah, my sword.
Okay.
I'm gonna use my sword.
Wow, good roll.
Ooh. So 12.
Nice.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Plus 1 piercing.
It's +1 piercing. Okay. It's 3 +1 piercing.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that still means nothing, Jonathan.
No, that does mean something. You actually do damage to this thing,
Okay.
Nice.
so that's good.
All right.
Yeah, so you go running in. You use like a one-handed sword with your shield, but it's like
Yeah.
super big.
Yeah.
So you have like this giant sword. You just go cleaving into this thing, and it just nicks off a little bit of the shoulder.
Oof.
You were sure you were just gonna go right through
Take
this
that
thing's
arm off.
collarbone, and it just like quite literally shrugs it off.
Oh.
What a jerk.
Yeah. And then
Ow.
it literally does this.
Now I'm mad.
You just got shaded
That was
so bad.
I'm like,
unnecessary.
you know what? You don't gotta be rude.
All right.
It's hella rude.
Oswald, you've gone. I think
I-
that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
yeah, I
you were the
did.
last one.
I did. Yeah.
Okay, so we're at a new round.
We are? Okay, and they can see everything?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to yell, I am a demigod, and I'm going to try to go invisible.
Yes.
Here we go.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm trying to get their attention with that, of course.
Of course.
Oh.
Maybe plus wisdom, that's actually going to be a 7.
Oh.
Okay. So
I can appear invisible to one of them.
Okay.
So I'm going to appear invisible to the one that didn't get hit.
Okay. The one that's uninjured.
Oh, hell, hold on. Oh, I'm invisible to several more creatures by experience psionic feedback. Take -1 forward. I'm actually going to do that so I appear invisible to both of them.
Okay, great. So you're
So I need-
invisible to both of them. You take -1 forward.
Minus.
And -1 forward just means that on your next roll, it's -1. So the next move you do.
Cool. So, yeah, I go invisible, and I'm invisible to both of them. And with my spout lore earlier,
They both I'll be honest with you, their brains are not working very
Yeah.
well right now. So they both right now they just look confused. They're not really sure like if you ever existed in the first place or like what happened.
Their sense
It's
of
an
object
illusion?
permanence is a little
It's real
iffy.
shaky
Real
right now. Yeah,
shaky.
yeah, they're definitely blood drunk.
cool. And what? So these things are called saurons, you said?
Sure, that's what they're called.
Okay,
That's
well,
what
if
I
I see
decided
another
that.
one of these things, I'm going to be
They are
like,
now.
oh, those things, they're scared of, they
I'm gonna
think they're
spout lore that
demigod.
they're not called Saurons.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
5,
Plus
6.
They're
Sounds
called
like they're called
Sauron.
Saurons. Fuck me.
Yeah.
Mark XP.
Yeah.
All right. It's a dumb reason to get XP,
It's a
but
real
I'll
dumb
take it.
reason to get XP.
You'll take it.
I didn't want them to be called Saurons.
Okay, so who's up next? Oswald just went invisible. It's a new round, so anybody can go. It's anybody's game
All
here,
right.
guys.
Okay, I'm gonna I'm gonna take a moment, and I'm gonna reevaluate what's going on with this guy,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna rear up. Maybe try to go low this time.
go low.
Go
get
into
low.
his. I'm gonna get low, and I'm gonna try to maybe go for his soft middle.
Good call. Get low, soft middle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, hack and slash.
All right.
But that's a really good new hip hop track.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Get low.
Great.
Go for the middle.
Yeah. 9, 10.
Nice.
What's your name?
10.
10. Oh, Daryl.
I'm just calling it out. That was your
Calls them like
Daryl,
they hears
I'm a
them.
big fan of that joke.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that joke.
I like
cool.
when I roll a 10. Oh, that's
Nine.
no, that's a 9.
That's a 9.
Nines either need
Yeah.
floors or umbrellas, depending on
Yeah,
what the circumstances call.
Nobody
for.
cares if rain gets on 9s, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
9s are like, this is fine.
Yeah.
Nine, it's fine.
The things about nines knowing they're fine is because they are literally dressed to the nines.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
They know
true.
they're fine.
That's
They're
where
fine.
that comes from.
I support all of this.
So 9 plus 1 piercing, Sean.
Okay, 9 damage plus 1 piercing.
In his little squishy middle.
Okay. This thing is still looking pretty good.
Oh, man.
I don't believe
You
that.
did a good amount of damage to it, but in fact, you come in and go for the soft middle and just go plunging into this thing's abdomen, sword coming out the back. You actually so Oswald, you're actually kind of on the other side of these things. Actually, no, you're on the other side of these things, and you see the sword come plunging out this thing's back. And somehow, I guess maybe because your sword isn't sharp enough, it's maybe a little
What?
blunter than it should be. You fight a lot, but you do not sharpen it very much.
I blame all this sand.
Yeah, it's probably the sand. The exit wound is real big in the back.
It's also because I went
Wiggle it around a little bit.
like that.
Yeah, making that sound.
Right. I
Yeah,
always
make
make
that
that sound.
And you actually see on the end of the sword, you see
Yeah.
you actually see a kidney on the end of the sword.
Just flip, just on the
on
point.
the point.
Like stuck
Yeah.
on there and
Yep.
All
You
right.
pull the sword back out, and the kidney just drops to the ground.
Cool.
And this thing.
That's exactly how I
this-
pictured it
this-
happening in my head.
This beefed, hulked out Sauron barely reacts to that craziness. It
Okay.
is so roided out.
So what I want to do now, I kind of want to flavor my grenades a little bit because they're
Oh.
feeling a little the same.
Yeah, like
Um,
vaping.
Yes, exactly.
Well, no,
like that.
but
Exactly.
okay,
like
you
that.
say I actually was.
When we all
This is part of the plan when I
explodes and
said
we're
this.
like, ooh, banana.
I pull out not like a grenade, but like a stick of dynamite.
Right.
It's gonna be the
Minions
same
come.
as a concussive grenade.
Right.
But what I want to do is like pull out like because I've got like a basically like a lighter type mechanism that I use to like light my bombs and stuff.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna.
It's
I'm
called
gonna,
fire.
Right. But it's
fire.
more like an
I think I've heard
alchemical
of that.
matchstick
Oh,
kind
okay.
of thing I
Gotcha.
use. You know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip out a cigar because I smoke cigars.
that's how you roll.
Pop that, and then light my cigar, and then light a stick of dynamite on the cigar, and just lob it at one of the big things.
Okay.
And just so like big cigar in one thing, because I like to
And it's-
have fire on me as
Yeah.
I'm covered in
Yeah.
heavily explosive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can have.
Open
love-
flame is
You
totally
love
not a problem.
fire,
Oh,
you love
No.
smoke, you love all that.
And I just whip it.
everything related to that.
I whip the lit stick of dynamite at the.
Yeah, Jordan would light a match
thing.
in aerosol factory.
Hell yes! 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Nice.
Pow pow.
10 plus. Good roll. Are you you're throwing this towards the injured one or the?
I'm throwing a concussive grenade at whichever one is nearest to me. You can
Nearest
decide
to
which
you.
one that is.
I think probably the uninjured one would be nearer to you because the injured one is now like fully engaged with.
Okay.
He's engaged.
So
yeah.
that should
You've really
Wins-
caught his eye.
Wins the wedding.
Yeah.
so
gonna
that
be
should
a
stun
shower.
him for a little while.
Yes, and I expect gifts, everyone.
Okay, do you need a blender?
Yes, for all my protein shakes.
Yeah. So yeah, in fact, yeah, that Sauron actually drops to a knee, and you can just see it shaking its head. Unfortunately, your dynamite just isn't
Shaking its head like,
a
oh,
bomb
I
yet.
hate the smell of banana.
Yeah.
Okay.
None of my grenades do damage.
So we still have a Coney this round.
So who am I closest to? Am I closest to them, or am I closest
You'd be closest to the one that was just stunned by Gideon. So there's one that's just like this, just trying to shake the cobwebs
I
out of
think
its
that
head.
counts as distracted.
Yeah, for yeah.
Backstab that son of a bitch.
Yeah, that's true. If you're looking to
Well,
backstab,
even if the other one was engaged with,
With
you,
you,
it would
yes,
still,
that's true.
you know, it'd still be.
Yes, that's 100%
backstabbing.
true.
yeah.
So, I guess.
You're more.
Whoa,
Oh boy.
whoa.
Please don't break the camera for your sake.
For
Because
your
that's
sake.
a lot of money.
Thank you, Jack.
You're welcome. I'm just looking
That's
out
the
for you
thing.
financially.
Yeah.
Jack,
Looking out, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack is known for being very compassionate about money.
And just compassionate about everything but actual human beings.
Right, yeah. Listen, these are just our earthly vessels. We're all going to come back as something else.
No, that's true.
I don't believe that. Oh, God.
I'm sorry, but when Xenu comes down,
Guys, I've been thinking about it, and I believe in New Game Plus.
Yeah, it's just harder.
Which
you come
means-
back, but you're stronger. But,
But
it's
yeah,
harder.
I come
Game
back
is
with all the
harder.
experience and levels I've earned. But I have to start over again.
This is very clearly such a plug for our next game, Phoenix, which is at 5 Pacific, right? Yeah, so
that's clearly what that was.
yeah. In fact, I am going to
Everything we do is planned and well calculated.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so that
Always.
All the
whole
time.
yeah, that whole reincarnation bit is just a
We
plug
wrote
for
that.
It's
Phoenix.
not a bit. It's not a bit.
This week.
Yeah, I'm very excited to play Phoenix. Phoenix is the most exciting new game on the market right now, which you can
Really?
buy. Yeah, we're gonna play it. Well, you won't be there. I'm gonna
Yeah.
run it for
You'll
our
never
Monday
get to
group.
find
But
out.
but also you should check it out, Daryl.
Okay, I will.
What is it? It's togetherstudios.com.
Yep,
Yeah.
Our
Toge-
Monday group didn't play Fiasco, did it?
No, we didn't
We
actually
did
do
play
that.
Fiasco.
Oh no, we did.
We did.
That's right. We played Fiasco
played-
because you're the worst.
Yes.
So
I
yeah,
get it, you're
Together
lying.
Studios is actually TWO, so like Together Studios. So yeah, God, Phoenix is so much fun. It's so cool. Well, I haven't played it yet, but I've like, you know, how you can just tell reading a game, you're like, I'm gonna love. Like I've decided I'm going to love the
Yeah,
game, and literally no experience I have is gonna change that decision.
Sean's just setting himself up for a whole world of
Yeah.
disappointment.
No, that's the thing. There are certain things like I went into BVS deciding, you know, I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna like this, and you know what, I did. Like,
Yeah.
it's just I went in, I was like, I'm not gonna get into the whole like critiquing this as a film or analyzing whether the plot is worthwhile or are the characters three-dimensional. I was like, no, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm just going to watch this, and my eyeballs at the end were like, that was fun, and that was it. So I highly recommend Batman v Superman from that standpoint.
Okay.
Terrible movie.
Any other standpoint? No.
Both
Oh,
of
yeah,
our
whatever.
mothers have the same name. No, I care.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers, Jordan.
It
Come on.
spoiled the movie. It
Here-
was terrible.
Here's a big spoiler. It sucks.
Oh.
All right, so Jack, roll your hack and slash.
Okay.
What do we got?
Yeah. No.
Foe.
No, because that was what, dexterity?
Plus
So
dex.
6.
So six.
Still a
So
failure.
Almost.
Double
All right,
deuce.
yep, mark your XP.
Getting lots of XP.
So yeah, you actually, so you run in to go stick this thing, and literally just trip on the sand and fall into your own dagger.
Why can't it be like this?
Roll damage. Roll your damage. D6.
D6 or
Yeah, just roll a D6. So basically, roll whatever your damage normally is. Okay, that's gonna ignore your armor though, because you're just
Get
sticking
one
yourself in the rib, basically between the
Cool.
be
ribs.
like this.
So 3 damage to you. So that puts you at 11 out of 15 hit points. Have you taken any damage, Jordan?
Nope.
Oswald, what are you at?
I'm 23.
23. So you're in good shape. Tenali.
23.
Okay, so you guys are both in good shape. Okay, so is that our round?
I think so.
Yeah. Okay, so new
Yeah.
round. Who is next?
So I'm gonna.
You're invisible.
I'm invisible.
They are
I guess
so very confused.
I'll take
by you
advantage
being
of my
invisible.
invisibility and
Yeah.
I'm gonna lend health to you.
Daryl.
Yeah. Well,
So
if I
sweet.
attack, I'm not gonna be
You're gonna lose your
invisible.
invisible.
So it might as well. While I'm-
Okay, fine. I just thought you were being nice.
Oh, also, I'm being very nice.
Okay.
Too. As well as, like,
Whatever.
That's always a good way to make sure people know you're being nice is to say that you are.
Yeah.
I'm doing this to be
I
nice.
think this,
I mean,
they're being
it's-
nice.
I mean, yeah.
Look, I'm just doing this to
yeah,
be nice,
Okay,
alright?
I really appreciate it.
Okay.
Thanks, Daryl.
Cool.
That's so nice of you.
Cool.
So glad you
that's
had
what I was
to-
going for.
So
yeah.
glad you had to say it.
Yeah. just making sure. Just making sure you knew. Okay,
Wouldn't
so
have known if you didn't say it was.
so it's 7 plus wisdom. That's a 9. Or no, I get a that's an 8.
Oh yeah, because you
Yeah.
have -1 forward.
But I'm gonna
But you
take.
don't have that anymore.
But that's a government 10, so.
It's a government 10.
Government 10.
So that's an 8. So I'll give you. So you're at an 11 out. So I'll give you 4 hit points. I'll put you at full. So it's gonna put me in a 19, and I'm gonna do the experience psionic feedback. Take -1 forward. So I'll take another -1 forward.
Okay.
Sean, I'm so glad
Where's
you.
everyone else in hit points? Sorry.
Tenali is
I'm only down 2.
23 out of 25. You're
I'm now at 19.
19 out of 24.
Yeah, out of
15 out of 15.
Don't be a
And
dick.
15 out of 15.
Yeah,
15 out of 50.
Yeah,
So
they're
the
all
only
in very good
person
shape.
wounded is, well, really wounded is Oswald.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, two
yeah.
hit points down for 10 and 5 hit points down for.
yeah.
And it's only because he was being nice.
Yeah.
So,
Right, that's his job.
it's,
Sean.
he's such a nice guy,
Yeah.
TM.
Sean, I'm so glad you like remembered the government 10 joke because I need to like work
It's
that
one
into
of
my
favorite,
everyday
yeah,
life.
it's not even that good of a joke, but I love it so much.
Nah.
All right, so that was Oswald. So y'all need to go.
Well, all right. You don't gotta ask me twice to stab something. So I'll stab something.
I don't care where you go, but you can't stay here.
Stabs.
Stab.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm still low. I just yanked his kidney out of his body.
Mm-hmm.
So let's get that other kidney out of here.
Oh, so you're gonna stay with the soft middle strategy?
Yeah.
We won't have any more kidneys.
Go
That's
for the body
the
blow.
goal,
Yeah.
Oswald.
Yeah,
I
because
just-
right
okay,
now,
cool.
if you have 1 kidney, you're fine.
But you're also
Yeah.
assuming that these guys only have.
Oh,
that have
That's
two
true. I don't know what their
kidneys.
biology
They could have
is.
1 kidney. They could have like 8 kidneys.
This
Yeah.
sounds like
Yeah.
a spout lore
This sounds
opportunity.
be like
I
cows
mean,
that have 4
you guys,
stomachs.
I could always go for the butt.
You can go for the butt.
We got real quiet when I said
Hashtag
that.
butt stuff.
Everyone just went, ooh.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. It was the
Uh-oh.
the moment.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
just
yeah.
I like the butt.
this is your moment.
You gonna
This
go to
is
the
your
butt?
moment. Seize the
All right.
day. YOLO.
Tennis thing.
YOLO.
I don't
this
know.
shit.
The butt.
I don't know. Apparently that's what I'm known for now is the butt. So, so that's a 10
10 plus. All right.
In
10
the
for
butt.
the butt.
All right. So you roll your damage.
All right. No,
Oh boy.
weak.
That's a fleshy butt.
Yep.
It's because that tail, you know. I didn't account for the tail.
The
Nobody
tail
ever
gets
does.
in the way of the butt.
It does. It's.
That's-
I mean, I know
yeah,
it's technically
objectively
part of
true.
the butt, but
Yeah.
the butt,
Nobody
butt.
ever
So
accounts for the
you
tail.
actually end up chopping off this thing's tail.
And it's probably gonna just grow back.
Yeah, you actually chop into this thing's tail. It doesn't like your sword doesn't even go all the way through this like meaty tail, and then it just like does a little shake and the tail falls off.
It's like that was a defense mechanism
Yeah,
anyway.
exactly. Yeah, that's just my defense mechanism. So,
Well, whatever. 3 + 1 piercing
so
for its stupid tail.
Yeah, so it
That I'm
does.
totally not jealous of.
Yeah, so it does technically take damage. Yeah, so that was Tenali on this side of the table.
All right, well, you know, I've got 2 things I do in combat. I either throw grenades or I stab stuff with stilettos.
You
And
can throw
I
a
just
sling
threw
too.
a grenade. Oh, I can throw a sling.
three
You're
things.
correct.
Oh.
But because I
versatile.
am having fun stabbing things, because I stabbed something earlier, I'm going to run up and try and jump on to... How big are they? Are they...
Now they're like 9 feet tall.
They're like 9 feet tall.
Yeah.
Okay, in that case, I'm just going to run up and just start stiletto stabbing one of them as much as I can and just like yell like a fucking madman.
I'm like terrified of you right now.
Yeah.
7 8, 9. So sort of works.
Yeah. The thing is are you running up the stunned one or the non?
Stunned one. I'm running up to the one that I threw the dynamite at.
Okay, yeah, so you easily jump up onto the stun one. Just as you jump up onto it, it kind of regains its composure, and you're able to very easily stick it, with your stiletto, right around the neck, and just do some solid damage. So roll your damage.
Okay. 3.
And we
So
are
not
high rollers
great.
here.
Yeah, it feels
Let-
really good.
Oh
to
wait,
roll
I do
3
think
damage.
my stiletto has piercing 1 though. Yes, piercing 1.
Okay, that's good. So then you do damage to it.
Nice.
Okay.
I forgot to mention that earlier. I'm sorry.
You killed that thing by so much it really didn't matter. So, with piercing 1, actually, I wouldn't have needed to have you roll on that one. Okay, so anyway, so you go in, stick this thing right in the meat of its, right where its shoulder meets its neck, right
Clavicle.
here. Clavicle. Yeah, you stick it in the clavicle, and
Right into the carotid artery.
this thing is just this thing is like just waking up, and all of a sudden it just sees an arm plunge a stiletto into its neck, and it just goes crazy, picks you up, and just slams you against the ground. So you're going to take the higher of 2d10 damage.
Should I? I mean,
Yeah, these things are
should there
actually
be a
really
chance
beefy.
that something blows up if that happening?
Oh, almost certainly, yeah. Let's, you know what? Let's see how much damage it does, and that's going to depend on.
I don't want to fuck myself over, but I just feel
Yeah,
like
no, you have explosives all over. You're being thrown, slammed into the ground.
There are specifically pieces of
So I take
bombs
5
that-
damage.
Okay.
Oh wait,
cracking them
it's
and
just the
mixing
higher of
together.
two.
the higher of 2d10,
So
then I
4
take
damage.
4.
Yeah.
Does my armor do anything with that?
Yeah, it reduces. You can reduce.
Then
the
I
power.
take 3 damage.
Okay. And roll me a. It's not a ton of damage, so I'm going to say roll me a dexterity, defy danger, just to try and kind of roll with it.
Yeah. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Yeah. So one of your grenades, it gets. The trigger gets broken but doesn't get activated. So
Okay.
basically one of your grenades is out of commission.
Sure.
So you lose it, but it doesn't explode onto you, which is good.
I think that's fair.
Yeah. Okay, Coney.
Now, is the disappearing and them thinking that you're demigod, is that thing now?
That is not really.
They're so enraged.
Yeah,
that,
the problem is
you know.
their mental faculties aren't really working so well right now.
Okay.
On the other, if he could have gotten if he could have done it before they enraged, then yeah, he probably could have just talked them all down. But at this
Okay.
point, they're both just mindless berserkers.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like they have
Okay.
to decide whether their blood is in their brain or in their rippling psionic muscles.
Right. Yeah. There's only one place that it can be,
But
and
the-
it's the
They're
rippling
only
psionic
using their
muscles.
lizard brain.
But the
right
good
now.
part about
Exactly.
it is that it's always part of the lore. So
Yeah,
I'm
no,
gonna,
it's-
I'm going to save this, and I'm definitely going to use it.
It's
in
going.
The future.
It's almost certainly going to come up again.
yeah.
And now they are basically called Saurons.
Yep.
They're
are
called
Saurons.
Sauron.
Yep. And Jordan is super on board with it.
No, but my character thinks they're not called Saurons.
Maybe that's
Oh, that's
just
right,
the
yeah.
beefed
I'm
out ones
convinced
are
they're not called
that.
Saurons, but I'm wrong.
Yeah, your character is 100%
Well,
wrong.
because I was trying to decide if hiding like a little bitch would be worthwhile, but I don't think so. If they don't think I'm gonna be a demigod, why?
Yeah, well,
Why
why
bother?
bother?
Why bother
bother?
doing anything at this point?
Yeah.
Okay.
Take a nihilistic view. That's always a good way to approach
Yeah,
things.
you know what?
No,
Fuck it,
it's
let's just
really
leave.
it's really worked out for me. I work a minimum wage job.
I get it. I get it.
Demigod or bust.
So, yeah, I mean, why bother? So I'm gonna. Are any of them engaged with me, or would the backstab still work?
You know what? The stunned one is distracted by Jordan having jumped on its back and then threw him to the ground. So
You are so distracted.
yeah, that
In
one
general.
actually that one was probably about to
Distracted?
attack you because you tripped and fell right in front of it. But luckily Gideon distracted it, so now it's just standing up, facing the other direction.
I leapt on its back, screaming and stabbing.
Right.
It was super subtle.
Super subtle.
Okay, so I'm gonna.
Ah!
I'm gonna go for
That's
that
Gideon's
one.
melee tactic.
Yes.
Nice.
Rolled a
Nice.
9, so 11.
Nice, 10 plus. All right. And then you can roll your backstab check. which is the same thing, 2d6 plus dex.
That's 8, so 10.
10. Okay, great. So pick 2.
Sweet. Hell rolls.
I assume you're going to go with the extra damage.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna give a +1 forward to you.
I'll take it.
Nice.
I don't
got
quite
it.
know what that means, but
Okay.
it sounds good.
Okay, so it means on his the next thing he does, so you create an advantage,
Okay.
and you do that by coming in and just you're using a short sword.
Yes.
You come in and just slice this this thing's Achilles heel, and so it falls down to the ground because now it's only got one functioning leg essentially. So you'll have +1 forward to act on that. So you have to do something that takes advantage of that
I've got
situation.
2 things I do.
Yeah.
I'm sure
3
one of
things
them-
I do, right.
3 things.
So.
Yeah, let's not sell you short. You can do
You-
3 things total.
Be like
Yeah.
an awful white college-age male and take advantage of the situation.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Wonderful jokes.
We're really going for fun times here. It is
All right, roll me your
215.
3d6 damage.
3d6. Please be good, please be good. 9 again,
9
because
damage.
I'm the champion of rolling a 5, a 3, and a 1. Apparently.
Yep.
Prime numbers. Wait, 9's
Nope.
not a prime.
Nope.
Damn.
But 5, a 3, and a
5,
1
yeah.
are, though I have been told that 1 is actually not a prime number.
Oh.
Why is 1 not a prime number?
I mean,
it's
guys,
just
I'm
According
not
to
in
the
that.
pub
arbitrary
quiz
rule.
I did,
That's
1 was not a prime number. The number they were looking for was 3.
It's an arbitrary rule because like a prime number is like only multiple of itself and 1.
God, this conversation's so
doesn't
nerdy.
I am.
Where are we right now?
Yeah, guys, let's get back to being cool
Let's discuss
kids.
if 1's a prime number.
Can
or
we
not.
talk about the X-Men again?
Right? I want to be a cool kid
'Cause
again.
that's where I like to talk.
Caleb.
Okay, so both of them now look
That's
like
really
they're pretty equally damaged, which is to say neither of. I mean, they're both in relatively decent shape. These giant hulked out monsters. Speaking of which, so the other one, the one that was not stunned, actually starts just pounding the ground. And let's see, it's next to you. You're on the ground. You're engaged with the other one as well. So Oswald, it just starts pounding on the ground like at you. And these shock waves of earth just come spiking up towards you, and you actually see like spikes coming out of the ground. So make me a defy danger to
Okay.
dodge giant earth spikes that are attempting to impale
I'm
you.
taking a -1 forward on this. Here we go.
Oh, you're gonna be fine, right? You
Yeah.
have the dex
I
Why
would-
are you taking a -1 for it?
because you chose
Because
to.
I blend health. I got a 7
Oh,
through
awesome.
9. That's why. Oh, that's good.
Hey.
There we
There we
go.
go. 10.
Nice.
Dexterity +1, so that's a 10. Stays at 10.
Nice, stays at 10. Okay, so
Yeah.
you just nimbly hop
What
to the
now?
side of the
Yeah.
the earth spikes.
Yeah. Like
I mean, come on.
The other
All you got?
the other one, I don't think I have my psionics book on me. The other one is, oh man, I can't use an old 2nd edition psionic power that isn't balanced for Dungeon World.
I
Man,
guess.
what am
I
I
guess you
gonna
won't.
do?
Yeah. Too bad.
All right,
Man, I
so I
love
guess,
2nd
all right, so it
edition.
just doesn't do anything at all. No,
love
fuck
that.
you guys. It's not going to do nothing. Okay, so it actually creates it creates a negative energy field around everyone, including the other thing. So you actually like everything appears like the world just got washed with a dark purple, and everything just looks strangely
Oh, cool.
dark purple.
And I'm like, come on, it's not all bad. Buck up.
Okay, thanks.
Just be happy.
Everybody roll me a defy danger. This is going to be probably, it's psionic, so you could use any of your mental stats.
My mental stats.
Yeah.
Sorry, hon.
Mental.
That's my
sorry.
strong suit.
Oh,
Alright.
Tenelli's not super,
I ain't super smart.
I'll
no.
use intelligence because
Okay.
I'm not wise. I work with bombs.
Wow, great roll.
And that's a 10.
nice.
All right. I'm going to use wisdom. I'm enduring this through mental fortitude. It's gonna be an 8 plus 2 is 10.
Nice.
Nailed it.
10 for Oswald.
I'm gonna use intelligence because I have a +1
Because
stat
it's
on
your
it.
best chance.
Not gonna fluff this. And that is an 8
Okay.
+1.
Okay. Partial success.
And I'll use intelligence because I at least know that 0 is better than -1.
What?
You know that with your intelligence.
God damn.
Oh no!
Yeah,
Why did the
that's
2
her
stay in there?
And
So that's a 6. XP, y'all.
Nice.
Speaking of mental fortitude, does anyone else want another tall boy?
No,
thank
want
you.
one?
You should roll a d10 damage. You're going to roll 2d10 damage and take the higher of the two.
Okay.
Would you like a?
All right, thanks, Jordan. I'll take it.
Nice.
I have to take the higher of the two.
It's all right.
Come on.
Nice.
Oh. Do I get to use my armor?
Oh,
Yeah, I
not
saw
nice.
that coming.
Okay.
Oh,
I saw that
no.
coming. I was like, I'm gonna roll a 10.
Oh,
10 bucks.
no.
10 bucks, I'm gonna roll a 10.
No,
Because
no.
when it comes to taking damage, I am a champion.
Okay, so the thing about this psionic, like negative energy field.
You just got to
Is-
erase the 1 at the 15.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
so
it's-
convenient, actually.
Hella convenient.
Super
so exciting.
convenient.
It's a really good thing that I'm only available this one Saturday.
Right? Oh, you'll be fine, I'm sure. So you're at 5 out of 15 hit points.
Oswald won't let you
Do I
die.
gotta?
Oh no, you don't get to use your armor
That's right,
dice
it's all
because
on
it's
you.
Hey,
psionic.
chat. It'd be a funny as hell time to just drop one of my bombs.
Yeah, so, and also this psionic energy field does not go away. It seems to persist, so it's going to continue damaging you guys every round.
Oh,
We should.
Great.
Hooray.
It's a large area.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So thrilled.
Yeah, so anyway, now you can start the round. So, who wants to
Okay.
go?
I will take your pain and health.
If only real life was like
Hey,
this.
Daryl, would you say you're being nice right now?
Nice guy
Yeah.
TM.
Everybody, I'm being nice right now.
Oh,
Oh,
Trademark.
That's nice of you, Daryl.
that's nice.
It's nice of
Nice
me
guy,
to be
capital
nice.
N,
Yeah.
capital
Nice
G.
when you're nice.
Yes. Really appreciate it.
Uh-oh. Plus wisdom, so that's going to be a 7.
Okay, that's all you need. So,
So I'm going to take that -1 forward, and I'm going to give you your 5 of 15. I'll give you 8.
What? Thank you.
So yeah, I'm at 11 to 24.
okay, 11 out of 24. You're still at, you're
I'm at
21
21.
out
Yeah.
of 25.
Tony wasn't such a kleptomaniac. He'd feel bad about stealing from you.
But it's just,
Well, I'm
it's
No,
giving
he's
it
like,
to you.
I will take this and keep it forever and cherish it because it's the person who saved me twice.
right. Also, I'm compelled to do so.
Yeah, and I can't help myself.
Yeah. And you're at 13 out of 15,
13
and
out
you're
of 15.
and you're at
12 out of 15.
12 out of 15. Okay, so everybody's pretty
11.
okay. Okay, 11. 11 out of 24. Oswald is starting to take some.
Where are you going? Where are you
Yep.
going?
See you later,
And
Daryl.
there- All right. Anyway.
Sake of beers.
We're gonna
So
utilize
there are
the
the
buddy
two
system,
labs.
and I'm gonna jump.
Oh my goodness. This is a nightmare.
Hey, that's what they taught us in the Girl Scouts.
Okay.
Buddy
So-
system.
So chat, if you guys want to help Oswald, I'm sure he could use it. Tenali seems to be okay, 21 out of 25, 13 out of 15 for Akoni, 12 out of 15 for.
Hey, can we refresh what our special donation
Oh
abilities
yeah. We can. What I don't really remember them entirely.
Southern Comfort was
Southern
mine.
Comfort is yours.
And that does what?
You get advantage on damage.
Okay.
Yours is just literally drops a random bomb.
Mine is just a bomb drop.
Which is.
I love how everyone's like, oh, you can help the people, or you can make him drop a bomb.
Yeah, yours
goes
is. Yeah, yours is literally just. Oh, do you want to introduce chaos?
I think it's in the spirit of my character, so I'm a fan.
Yeah.
For people
Yeah.
who don't know, so bombs are separate from grenades for Jordan's character.
Oh yeah,
and
my
if you
grenades
do,
just like stun and
Yeah, and they're helpful, but they're not like super powerful.
Yeah.
The bombs do 2d10 damage, I believe, is the base damage on
yup
those.
in a 25
Oof.
foot diameter.
Oof.
Yeah.
What's your donation thing called again?
I don't
the
know.
bomb.
The bomb. It is
I
called
believe
the bomb.
it's called the bomb.
And then Daryl's is Leroy Jenkins.
No, Leroy Jenkins is just a saving throw thing that's on every show.
But I thought you said his because he has to say Leroy Jenkins
Nope.
when somebody
Nope,
donates to his
that's
thing.
literally a saving throw thing.
It's not a saving throw thing.
We invented it. The viral video that happened.
Okay, Sean.
Came from
It's not a saving
no,
throw thing.
It was literally. It didn't exist before this past year.
All right, Mr. Smarty Pants. Then what's his special donation called?
His. Oh, jeez. Daryl has.
It's gonna be called Leroy Jenkins.
It's
No,
not.
it's
It's
not.
not called Leroy Jenkins.
Yeah,
You
Jordan's
can
with me on this.
Spout lore, not called Leroy Jenkins.
You can't spout lore on real life.
All right, try. it.
Unless I get to call you a Dark Sun darling.
Oh, I'm fine
You're
with
not
that.
calling that.
Well then,
So it's not worth it, huh, Jordan?
No.
looks like we're at an impasse then.
Okay, I know this. I'm just gonna look it up.
Okay.
Because even though I know it. Hey, Daryl, do you remember what your special donation is so that we can plug it like proper streamers? Oh, I think it removes all debilities.
His
Yeah,
ability-
that is what it is. Yeah.
No.
Wait.
His ability is called Ego Whip. And
No,
he
that's
is-
No,
Scott's.
that's Scott. Yeah.
That's
Scott's.
Yeah, Scott's is Ego Whip.
Yeah,
I
mine
have
were.
that as Oswald for some reason.
Okay, what's yeah, that's awesome.
What's Pithka's then?
No.
Because
Oh, yeah, no,
is the enemy rolls damage, you take a damage in return.
Yep, no, that's definitely
Let me-
Daryl's.
Oh, did we flip those around?
Mixed
Yeah, they
up.
must have gotten mixed up.
Okay, well then I'm going to turn off Ego Whip and turn on Empath.
Yeah.
Okay, so Leroy
Empath
Jenkins
is
is
what
an
it's called.
anybody thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Leroy Jenkins is probably the most exciting one because the person
I think
has
I've
to
only
shout
ever
Leroy
seen
Jenkins.
Daryl do it, so I thought it was his.
Yeah, I did
Somebody
it
one
once.
time.
Oh, I want to see
thing.
Daryl
Daryl
do
do
it
it.
so bad.
Oh yeah, I did it.
Yep, Daryl just confirmed that he did do it. One time somebody donated like 3 Leroys to Eric.
Oh, shit.
And it was crazy because they also donated for his special thing, which is basically just like maximizes his magical spells. So they were like, they donated like, your next 3 magical spells have ridiculous, overwhelming power. And then somebody else was like, and 3 Leroy Jenkins. So he's like, all right, I guess I'm just demolishing everything here. It was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, but I think that's what it was removed ability, but I don't have any abilities.
No, that's it's definitely
We just needed something to
reflect
fill some
damage.
time.
Oh, I
when people
reflect
went to the
damage?
bathroom.
Ooh.
Your moved ability sounds like it would be a little underwhelming, right?
Yeah.
Well, for him, it's not bad because he can take a debility basically whenever he wants
Yeah.
Yeah.
to heal.
Fair
which
enough.
Which is
So
cool.
deflect damage. Ooh, that's
So he's
awesome.
gonna have debilities.
Thank you. Who did that?
No,
I
but
think we were just
we
talking about it.
bullshitting.
Oh,
Talking about it.
never mind.
When Daryl goes,
I
to
was
the
all
bathroom all
excited.
the time. Chad, don't be guilted by Daryl.
I was so excited. Now I'm so sad.
Oh, Daryl.
I was like, oh,
Um,
you saved us.
I'm just going to tell you because you're on count. There's 2 heals, though, for Oswald from Brave.
Yay!
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can a Coney, is that
So 2 hit
Right.
points.
can they have a special one called Very Sneaky?
At some point in the future, yes. For the time being, if you want to donate for a Coney to be cool, then you can donate Leroy Jenkins to a Coney, which is a great move.
Which
Leroy
would be
Jenkins is
interesting
awesome.
because then y'all get to hear my voice crack.
Yeah, Leroy
Great.
Jenkins.
It'd be great 'cause I haven't settled down. Today is my anniversary though, which is really exciting.
Oh, cool.
1 year on hormones.
I feel like the way to
I
say
feel weird clapping for that. Are you supposed to? That seems so formal. Should it be like?
We're drinking, so we're already,
Cool.
so
Yeah.
it's covered.
Yeah.
But yeah. So it's
All
really
right.
great.
I guess in general, I'm not a person to clap really much. I laugh very hard at shows. I don't really clap.
You don't
I
clap?
don't clap very
I don't
much.
clap
Nobody
either.
But here's what I
That's
do.
what
It's
we're gonna
embar-
call it when you involuntarily clap when you laugh. That's now called clap.
Clap.
clap of Titans.
Yeah.
Have you
so
guys
I
watched
don't.
the Clap of
Yeah,
Titans?
I don't really clap a lot. I do laugh real hard, even if something isn't all that funny. Because I just.
Is that why you laugh at me so much?
I just like humor. I'm one of those people. that likes humor. I've actually
Yeah.
gone.
Oh, you're
That's
one of
weird.
those weirdos.
Here's actually
That's
something.
something new and different.
Here's something that I absolutely adore on on Tinder or whatever. Like I'll see somebody will be like, so many profiles say loves to laugh or like really loves really likes humor, and I'm like, You are the least interesting person in the world when you say that.
Wow, you must be so special that you enjoy enjoyable things.
I like being happy.
But here's the thing: I want to meet somebody who actually genuinely hates to laugh.
Right?
You know, I
I
want to
hate
meet.
comedy.
they
I
laugh.
Every time I'm laughing, I feel like my body is taking control, and I hate it.
I want to meet those
I can
people.
feel my insides
So if
dying.
you know somebody that hates to laugh, please tell us
Yeah.
because I want to talk to them.
My other favorite thing is people are profiles on Tinder that say, I'm just looking for somebody with morals. I'm like, to be clear, we all have morals.
Yeah, like
like
what
we-
degree? Like,
Right.
we have different ideas about
Morals
morals.
are we talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah, I'm like, that's just such a weird thing to
Gideon
say.
definitely has different morals than Oswald and
Yeah.
Pitka and
Yeah,
Tenna.
and obviously some of those morals are better than others. Jordan's,
Right.
yeah,
Gideon's,
Like mine.
you know.
you have the best ones.
Yeah,
You
he has the best morals.
I'm gonna.
So at
I'm
least
gonna
be
take
clear
down
with me
government.
on the profile and say you're looking for a guy with the best morals.
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, oh, okay, that's me, so I know I'm good. then.
Nailed it.
Nailed it. Yeah.
This
Okay.
is also proving that Sean is on Tinder. Look
Yeah.
for him.
Do not look for me. You will not find me.
Just how he likes it on Tinder.
Right.
Yep.
He doesn't like to be
Doesn't
found.
Yep. I don't
Yeah.
want to be found. I just literally want to make fun of profiles of him.
Sean just catfishes people on Tinder.
Yeah, I catfish people. Yeah. Does it
To
count?
be nice.
Tell me if
Maximum
this is.
Joseph
Tell me if
is
this is
like his
Tell me if this is catfishing because I don't know if this counts as catfishing. So, I have it set up so that my age is 22.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
I
Exhibit
have
Your picture's Bob Dole.
I have several.
Also
well,
perfect.
I have several pictures of Bob Dole in the 30s when
Okay.
he was 25.
yeah.
Bob Dole classic.
Bob Dole classic.
okay.
I do. Yes. I mentioned that I'm like the CEO of a major company.
Yeah.
But like casually, like
yeah,
it's not
like
a big
it's a
deal.
startup. It's a startup. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, no
you
big
know.
deal.
And then I'll have like a conversation with somebody, like a deep conversation with somebody that gets very emotional very quickly. Make a lot of promises to them.
You do like to really dig into the
Yeah,
emotions.
dig into the emotions.
Early and often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also likes to ask for money a lot.
I ask for. I end up asking them for money, and then like I'll eventually take them out to dinner, and I will dress up as a physical catfish. Is that catfishing?
I don't know the physical
Yeah.
catfish thing. I almost
Yeah,
feel
like-
Makes it a
Is
different
it
thing.
made out
yeah.
of real catfish?
Yeah, it's made out of. Basically I take a bunch of catfish and sew catfish skins together,
Yeah.
so that it's one giant
Okay.
catfish.
Okay.
But there's one cat mixed in.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it's a catfish.
Yeah. Well, just to like really drive it home, I'm walking a cat on a leash.
Oh,
as
so
I
it's like
go.
it's like cute and ironic.
Yeah,
Bit
it's a.
has gone on way
It's
too long.
adorable.
So is that catfishing?
We'll let chat.
Yeah, chat can decide that. Okay, so
I feel like philosophically.
Remember that
no,
game
right?
we were playing? Like
Remember
an
the game we
hour
were playing?
ago And then went on this bit tangent.
so
man.
the
It happens.
yeah, so the this negative energy field is sapping the life out of you guys.
The bits must flow.
Ceramic bits, am I right?
That's right.
All right,
All about
Gideon,
them bits.
you got something for me?
All right. I'm gonna keep stabbing.
Okay.
Right? Like that's worked for me, and I start feeling this like psionic thing go. So I go for the head. I like that's my thing. I'm just like, all right. I
So
know
you're going for
psionic
the one
shit
that
comes from-
manifested the field,
Well, okay.
or are you going for
The
the
one
one?
who slammed me on the ground, is that the one who manifested the field?
It is the very same.
Then I feel like that's a good excuse for me to try and stab them in the head over and over again.
I think that's accurate.
But perhaps just once this turn. Or, you know, it could all be the same action, but
Yeah.
it's a rapid,
Yeah,
continuing
it's a. I mean,
stab in the
stilettos
face.
tend to be quick weapons.
Yeah. So I'm trying that. Now,
It
I've
doesn't take
just
a ton
been,
of
I've
energy.
hit the ground, but I'm going to jump back up on them and do it. And it's not going to work because
Ooh.
I rolled a 6 instead of a higher number.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I rolled a 4, but it's +2, so I'm marking experience.
Yeah. XP.
Oh, what was the total?
It was a 6 total.
Because you have +1 forward from Jack.
I do have +1 forward.
Wow.
Yes! It's teamwork.
Oh my
Unmarking
God.
that experience.
That's
Teamwork, that's
fucking
me.
teamwork.
giving you a forward.
Yeah, so you actually go in to just stab the inside of the knee of the standing leg, because the other one is
It's
down
already
on one knee.
severed and
Yeah.
ruined.
Yeah, down on one knee, because fucking Akoni just what is that awful movie Hostel where they cut the Achilles heel?
Yeah.
So gross.
You watched Hostel?
Kellen made me, and it was the
Cool.
worst experience of my life.
Kellen made you? Okay.
Yeah. we were on
I get it now.
we were on an airplane, and I told him.
Oh my god.
On an airplane?
Yeah, I don't.
So mean.
Kelsey, I don't know if you've met Kelly.
Who? No.
We were on the airplane going, and so I couldn't escape it. It was just there.
Yeah, that's the meanest
Oh,
thing I
man.
think he's ever done to you.
I hate that movie so much. Anyway, so Achilles cut, and then stab the knee with the other stiletto. Roll your damage, and
Yes.
probably not going to knock this thing out because you're not a big damage dealer.
2 with a piercing 1.
Okay, and I'll let this ignore its armor as well because I'm a nice guy.
So you're being nice?
Capital N, capital
Just
G.
to be
T.
clear,
Okay.
I am being nice right now.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
This is pretty Machiavellian of you, John.
Oh,
No, you're just being
really-
nice so you can
my
throw
He
us off
would
guard.
really like you to do something for him in return.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Okay, so they're both pretty equally injured.
Yeah, they're both exactly equally injured.
Do we need to address this first?
Well, it's not a donation, but Sax, being my favorite person, sent me a meme, which is the Fry meme, which is not sure if catfishing or catfish suit. Sorry, or just catfish costume.
I like it.
I love that meme.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so
Y'all are amazing.
So yeah, they're both exactly equally injured now. You can tell
Okay.
because of your keen fighter sense.
Yeah, I get it. I don't get many things. All right, I will try to stab one indiscriminately.
Nice, 10 plus.
Yeah.
It's a hello stab.
Yes, yes,
No.
Yes, queen.
yes, queen.
No more.
I hate that both of you are doing
No more. No.
Honestly,
Broad City's amazing.
Broad City is amazing.
Oh
God.
yeah, Broad City is amazing. You guys doing that? Not so much.
It's even
just gets
more
better.
amazing.
It gets
with
better
us
'cause
doing
we're
it.
doing it.
Yeah,
Oh.
exactly.
Because
Watching
we're
men.
We're men.
and so men doing something is great, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know whether that
when
makes
men
it-
do
makes it
comedy,
better.
I mean,
Yeah.
I've heard this, and I don't know if this is true. I've
Yeah.
heard men are really good at comedy.
It's true.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Because
Do you
we're being
agree,
compared
Darren?
to
Yeah, they're like funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, okay, yeah.
I don't know if the vomit taste in my mouth is from drinking a PBR and Gatorade or from you guys.
It's from
I
us.
think that's fine.
Almost.
To be clear though, this is a terrible combination.
This was a bad choice.
I will. This was an awful choice.
I think it's probably us, though. I'll
Yeah.
admit it's
Okay,
us.
yeah.
Damage.
Nice.
What?
That's how you got to do it. You got to
Let's
yell.
happen it.
Let's happen it.
Look at that D12 action.
Look at that.
Were you attacking the one creating the field, or
Yes.
Okay, good job. Yeah, that's the one you want to take out,
That is the one I want to take out.
and you do. You take it out.
Yes.
Yes.
You come in with your shield and just give it a good bash right in the gut, and then just.
Knee bash.
Oh, you do a knee bash. So you bash it in the knee with your shield.
I do now.
And then you bash the other knee with the hilt of your sword.
Okay.
And then you kick the knee that you bash with your
Uh-huh.
shield, and then you drop your sword
Okay.
and punch the other knee.
Uh-huh.
So you do 2 knee bashes
Yeah.
on each knee.
So
Right.
both of us are just
And
assaulting
then I
this
get him down
Sauron's
to my
knee.
level,
Yeah.
and then I pick my sword back up,
Mhm.
and then I stab it into his temple.
And that is what actually kills it.
Cool.
Because the knee bashes, it's just like, this hurts.
That's
but,
just for flavor.
okay.
I would take like a martial arts class. Like it's a martial arts where you just aim for the knees.
Yeah.
Like,
Just
that's-
key only.
The karate
The
kid.
Karate Kid, but what's
School
the
of-
one that I don't remember now?
Sweep the leg.
sweep the
Yeah,
leg.
but I don't remember the kid's name
Yeah.
that does
Ralph
it.
Macchio?
The Cobra Kai school.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
That's what it is. I
Yeah.
don't remember the guy's name.
Oh, but we would call it Cobra Knee.
yeah.
Okay.
That's right.
So there is still
Cobra
one
Kai.
remaining now. Spout. I'm the DM. It's definitely Cobra Knee. There's
okay.
a group.
I don't have to spout
Okay.
lore.
Yeah, there's a group of monks in this.
I run this world.
Everything you do is
I will
spouting
not
lore.
spout
Yeah.
lore.
You do nothing but spout lore.
My word is lore.
Yeah, for sure. There's a group of monks in this world named the Cobra Knee, and they only punch knees.
Nice.
They don't even kick knees. They only
I
punch
studied
knees.
with them like really briefly. I did like a study abroad thing with them. I
Well,
was there for like 6 whole weeks.
They have to
guys.
punch knees. They can't
Oh,
kick
is it
knees
intensive?
It
because
was an
that would put them
intensive.
at a disadvantage when fighting their own people. Because if their knee
Yeah.
is taken out, they wouldn't be able to punch knees, and I mean they wouldn't be able to
Exactly.
kick.
You
knees
have to
anymore.
punch the knees so you don't expose your own knee.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's
I
a
did.
delicate balance.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the day one.
No
they
pun
always
intended.
day one they say protect your knees.
Hey, one of my coworkers, like his kneecap slipped at work, and like it's
Ew.
a good old workers' comp situation.
Oh man.
That
Protect
is
your
good.
knees, you guys.
That is
Yeah.
real gross.
Oh man, it's gross.
Okay,
well,
so
I killed him.
yeah, good
Yeah, but
job,
there's
Tenali.
still one
There is
up.
still one up.
I'll go after that
Okay, go ahead, Akoni.
bag.
Get him.
Tin and knee.
10 a knee.
So that's 8 plus
10.
So it's 10.
All right, roll me a backstab check.
It's
Another 10 plus.
So yeah, 12.
Nice.
Good
Wow.
rolls
So
today.
you got that 3d6 damage.
I didn't get my 5 in there, so only 7.
Prime number.
Those are all actually prime numbers.
Nope,
Yeah.
there's a 1 in there.
Well, that
Oh,
one's still
well.
there, guys.
I
You need to be
mean,
3, 3, and 5. Yeah.
I want to be very clear. We weren't actually playing that trivia. We were just at Barney's Beanery getting a drink.
So basically, you were just heckling nerds.
Yeah, from like the upper deck at the Barney's Beanery, Santa Monica.
I really appreciate that you showed up to a trivia night just to be like, that's bullshit.
We actually
That's
did really
bullshit.
well. We were late, so
People are like,
but we won
actually,
trivia.
Sauron is a scientist who turns into it, and you're like, shut up!
Shut up, nerds!
All right, so
Meanwhile, we were there to recharge because we were playing Pokemon Go on the beach.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
good.
Nerds. Hold on, I got to charge for Pokemon.
Hold on, I gotta catch this Ponyta.
so you come in and just give this thing a good stick with your short sword, and it still is not quite enough to knock it down.
Don't I
It's
get a
still
second?
up.
No.
Oh
Don't I
yeah,
get a
pick your second
choice?
thing.
I will reduce their armor by 1 until they repair it.
Oh. Okay, so as you
Yeah.
come in and slice this thing, you can see its skin, which has been like psionically
Please don't say
toughened.
sloughing off. Please don't say sloughing off, because I've actually seen skin sloughing
Yeah,
off.
no, I know.
You have not.
So as you slice this thing, you can tell its psionic powers like slightly weaken a little bit, so that its thick skin is not quite as tough as it was before, and one layer sloughs off.
Stop it! I've actually seen skin sloughage.
So now there's
Competition, Jack.
Hey, when you've touched as many dead people as I
All right,
have,
it's a skin sloughing competition. We've got some great contestants here today. Who's going to have seen the most skin sloughing?
yeah,
I've seen the most skin
zero amount of
sloughing.
skin sloughing off of people.
All right,
I
Jack
just
the American
love-
contestant. Seen a lot of skin sloughing out there. It's going to be a hell of a contest right there. But Sean is the dungeon master.
My favorite thing is
So I
not
win.
Makes up
explaining
whatever happens.
This. My favorite is
So I
not
win.
explaining this to anybody who's watching the feed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
People who watch this
Yeah.
people who watch this chat know I love the word sloughing, and you don't get a lot of opportunities to use it other than when skin is sloughing off. Like that's pretty much it.
It's amazing how quickly the word sloughing doesn't make any sense in your
Right.
brain.
It's like, that's not a real word.
You say it like 3
S-L-O-U-G-H.
times and you're just like, that's not a word anymore.
So, but it is still up. But yeah, its armor has been weakened a little bit. Who's next? I think you already went. Are we in a new round? No,
Are we?
Oswald hasn't gone.
Did I not?
I don't think you did.
No.
I didn't. Okay.
Mm-mm.
All right. So I'm going to attack the one
The one remaining.
remaining.
The
Here we
one
go.
left.
With project force plus 3 piercing. That's a 7 plus a 2, so that's a 9.
Okay, it's going to trade damage with you, so it's going to do a d10 damage back to you. You can roll your
All
damage.
right. Here comes my damage. Not great.
Nailed it.
Oh boy.
1 plus 3 piercing. That pierces through that armor. That 1
You do,
damage.
Yeah, it
you do
does.
damage.
Hey.
Oh,
And then,
jeez.
so
yeah, that's actually roll your damage.
so D10. I'm gonna have armor of 4.
Wow.
Taking
Take
6. Damn.
All right, so that is enough to kill it, though. 1 damage is all you needed.
Yes. Nice.
And it did not have, between your piercing and Akoni's skin sloughing,
Stop.
you were able to knock this thing out with only 1 damage.
Hey, great job, Sluffinator.
Oh, no.
Yeah, Akoni's character is actually known for causing things skin to slough off.
All the sloughing.
Just strangely. Yeah, Akoni, like, for some reason, Akoni also does not like skin sloughing and is just sick of seeing it.
A slough is a slough. A slough is enough.
A slough
gonna-
is slough.
I'm
A
gonna-
slough is a slough, guys.
I'm gonna slough some more.
Guys, don't make Jack pass out. Come on.
Already.
Come
My
on.
stomach's already in turmoil.
You wanna slough
Gatorade
some lore?
and
slough some more. No, I'm-
Breakfast of champions, Jack.
If you guys donate, I'll explain where I know skin sloughing from, and where I've seen it, and the worst time.
And
I've
you
seen
can
it.
describe it in
And the
detail.
worst time.
Yeah.
To get
And I'll
back,
tell you my
We've
best
got
story.
1
too.
person
Is
left,
it
right?
as bad as declubbing?
No,
No.
they're down.
we did it.
Tenali just destroyed the other one, and
That's
then
right.
Akoni came in and just left it with just a little bit left. And then Oswald finished it off. So you guys are good now. That was a much harder combat than it was supposed to be. Not my fault. That's on Bendis.
Ugh, Bendis, come on.
To get hit points back, am I able to rest on this
No.
caravan or anything?
Absolutely
Oh
not.
man,
How are you doing?
I'm at 7 to 24.
7
Ooh.
of 24. What are you at, Tenali?
I'm at 21 out of 25.
13 out of 15.
12 to 15.
That's what
Yeah.
happens, Oswald.
Oswald's
You're
gonna
No.
die.
I'm helping everybody.
yeah, you're helping everybody.
It's like
So
240.
that's the sign.
we've had-
That's
You can
the
help
sign of a nice
Oswald.
guy, though. That's a sign of
That's
somebody.
right. That's from me being nice.
We have
Yep.
not
It
made a
is.
lot of progress
I
today.
did buy a healing potion. Do you want a healing potion?
Heals 10 hit points.
Man, sure, yeah, that'd
Alright.
be great.
I give Oswald one of my healing potions.
Boom.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
And that was a nice thing for you to do.
That
I was just being nice.
You were just being nice. Cool.
But not a nice guy.
No.
No.
I don't consider myself a nice guy.
Yeah.
Shouldn't.
Jack's like, you shouldn't. I do not care for you.
Honestly, you're my least favorite person at this table.
You know that is a lie.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope he didn't see
Oh.
that.
Poor Jordan.
Oh.
Poor
It's 'cause
Jordan.
it's okay.
Gideon's
we,
everyone's favorite.
we need to like heal our friendship
Yeah.
and do a joint belated birthday party.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Big old double party.
courtesy of Darkwell, who I believe is Malkara Darkwell or Markwella Darkwell,
Yep.
Yeah, sure.
heals Oswald for 1.
Yes.
Boy.
Thank you.
Getting them heels.
Getting the
Yeah, you're getting up
heels.
there.
There we
You're
go.
getting up there.
I'm
You're
fine. I'm
Yeah,
good.
you're probably at least at half mass now.
Yeah, I'm at 18 to 24. Half mass.
Yep.
I don't understand why you find
That's
that funny.
exactly what half-mast means.
It's like when
Yeah,
you're putting
it's like
up
a
the, when you're putting up the
sailing
mast
term.
for a boat,
Yeah.
you're just saying it's at half mast, which means you're halfway there.
Yeah.
Sean just learned how to talk to people the other day. He found Urban Dictionary and was like, yes,
Yeah.
this is how you communicate with the youths today.
Okay, guys, listen.
Let's make
Jack,
a little progress on the plot.
Yeah, let's. Yeah, so Jack, listen. I actually am pretty good with kids. I'm cool AF. So you guys.
AF too.
So you keep going. You keep going north by north, and
Right.
you eventually
Where we're supposed to be going.
you see a ring of mountains.
No.
A ring of mountains. It's shaped very clearly like you can. It's a small range that's shaped like a horseshoe, and you can see as you're approaching it. It has trees inside of it. It has a forest, which you have
What?
never seen before.
What?
Gideon doesn't just arbitrarily agree with everything a half giant tells him, though. So that's one slight difference between the characters. So you actually notice that this archway is trapped.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
That would make sense, given
Yeah.
that I can expert.
You're a trap
There
expert.
are traps in the
There's
tunnel
some
of
sort of,
trees?
well, I shouldn't say some sort of, so as you look at the archway, and you actually notice some magical runes on each side, on the side of each of the two main trees that make up this archway that leads into the forest, and you just see these magical runes that are clearly a trap that sets off when you cross it.
Yeah.
You're not a magical expert, because most
No.
people in Dark Sun aren't.
Yeah.
So you don't know what it's going to do, but you're like, oh, that's clearly
Yeah.
a trap.
Yeah, y'all, I know nothing about magic. I know nothing. I don't even know. Is this a tree? Who knows? But this is definitely a trap if we go across it. Don't know how it activates, so I highly recommend not going past it.
Wait,
Well,
trap with druidic magic? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, they gotta protect themselves.
That
that's
doesn't-
all.
So
You
From
think
the
that
bad
you might be
people
able
that
to
use the
disable
bad
it.
magic.
So there are
What if it could
times
be
when
harmful?
the things that you trust will betray you. We're learning a really hard life lesson right now.
That doesn't make any sense. Druidic magic is supposed to be great.
Oswald, remember how much you like those beetles?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you remember when your dad said, "I love you very much, son," and then proceeded
Yeah.
to disappear out of your life?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
do.
did happen. I do remember
But
that.
I didn't before.
That
means
happened.
Baba Ba'i
Oswald.
blinded me.
Wait, Oswald, remember where trust led us before? Neither of us knew what was going on in that goddamn temple, but everything we love was destroyed because of it.
Yeah.
Look, Oswald,
remember.
we've got to be careful in these sort of things, okay? We know that destructive energies can come from things that look completely benign.
Like little balls that he
Here.
carries around.
Maybe.
Look, me and Akoni will try and
Okay.
disarm these traps. We're trap experts.
You know what I think? I think these.
I will disarm the trap.
I'm a trap expert.
Hey now.
I'm gonna try and disarm one of the
No.
traps.
Okay, so there's two trees, so you can each try to disarm them at the same time.
And it'll definitely be a competition.
Yeah.
Well,
Definitely a pissing contest.
you definitely want to try and disarm them at the same time because it does. As you look at them, you think they're linked together.
Oh, you're requiring us to work together?
I'm requiring you to work together on this.
Oh.
Well, you all know how I disarm traps, so.
I already don't like this.
Okay, so Akoni, you pull out your thieves' tools, and you can get to work. You can make me I think it's Dex.
Yep.
Yep.
Roll plus
Dex. And then Gideon, you can also attempt to disarm your trap.
So that's an 8.
Okay.
So I wrap one of the trees in explosives,
Hold
and I
one. Don't
lead a line from it and have like a detonator box.
Okay, so you can
That goes
ask.
for it.
I'm giving you the first one. There is a trap here. So
Is there a trap here? So what activates it? What does the trap do when activated? And what else is hidden here?
there you go. You can ask one of those with your one hold that you got.
Okay. Do I want to wait till he rolls? Or
Yeah, let's see what happens with this guy because it's.
Yeah.
you're
But I
both
think
doing
tricks of the trade is what you use to actually disarm the traps. Trap expert just tells you if they're there, like tells you
Oh
information
yeah,
about them.
that's yeah.
Since
so
we
we
know
wanna
there's
do tricks of
traps.
the trade.
So 8.
Okay.
Still pass it.
We'll offer you two options.
2 options:
between-
suspicion, danger, or cost.
Okay. And your result?
You want me to?
Ooh.
Got myself an 11, 12, 13.
Oh
yeah.
man, Jack is upset. I do not think I can communicate to chat how upset Jack is right now. That Gideon did a better job of disarming the trap than Akoni did.
You know what? It's okay. Sometimes you just gotta blow shit up. That's a life philosophy right there. Everybody gets that one for free.
So Akoni
I
is
wish you wouldn't have gotten I wish you would have gotten bit by a tsetse fly.
Fire in the hole. Boom! I like drop the detonator on my.
The tree just splinters. The tree just absolutely splinters. And Akoni, you like just as you finish like scratching out the runes like very delicately with your thieves' tools, you just get hit by tree shrapnel, and you've just got a horrible ringing in your right ear now, from the trap disarming that Gideon did.
I'll kill you.
And your trap is actually disarmed as well, but you're gonna have to choose between suspicion and danger.
What does that mean, though? I don't understand.
It means you.
What the choices are.
Basically, either you're going to be in danger, or there's going to be some sort of suspicion leveled against you. So you have to pick between the two of them.
I will choose danger.
All right, roll me a defy danger.
Which
As
is-
that's it's like a saving throw. Roll dexterity. So it'll be 2d6. Basically, we're gonna just narratively. This is you just trying to dodge a giant like tree spike that comes launching towards you because of
Why you gotta be like this?
because
life's boring if
successfully
things don't blow
Talk to you
up.
like I talk to my cat.
because he successfully disabled the trap.
One of my
I'm gonna have to
bonds.
fucking hear about it for 6 years now.
You should know that I only have 3 fingers on my left hand, so like I'm used to like stuff going wrong. Like that's part of the trade.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally one of my bonds is I wish Gideon would stick to the plan more instead of winging it.
Okay.
So, we get it.
Nice.
11. And don't I get one because it's
When you defy danger using dex, you take +1.
So
So you-
actually, I got a 14.
Wow, that is an incredible success.
Proof
Yeah.
that I hate this guy.
Yeah, so you're you're like scratching out these runes. The explosion goes off. You now have a ringing in your ear, and you just hear like the sound of a daisy cutter, screaming towards you. And you just do this and catch the this giant spike that was about to hit you right. That was just gonna nail you right in the back of your head.
And whereas Gideon kind of emerges from the smoke of the tree that blows up and just like, I love it. I can't go to sleep without a ringing in my ear.
Yeah.
It's like white noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have what do they call it? Tinnitus.
I have tinnitus, but like a comforting tinnitus.
Aw.
Yeah. Yeah, you have your tinnitus is just white noise to you.
Yeah.
For you, it's to niceness.
Tinnitus.
Capital N T M.
Right. Yeah.
Why would druids explode a tree?
That wasn't druids.
Yeah, you actually saw him set up like plastic explosives all the way around this tree, like wrapping this tree. with explosives.
We have a whole discussion where like Akoni is like, all right, I'm gonna try and take out the proper runes, and I'm just like, all right, and I just wrapped a belt of dynamite around
Yeah,
this tree.
because some of us actually know how to disarm traps, and some of us are just assholes.
I would argue I knew how to disarm a trap pretty effectively.
No, you just blew it up. That's
Oh,
not actually
is-
disarming. When it comes
excuse me,
down to
Tina.
dexterity,
Just
you really
from your
have to
eyes, does it seem
consider,
like that trap is armed anymore?
who is
Oh,
gonna,
you know what? Y'all aren't gonna bring me into this
It
mess.
does. Oswald,
I will kill you.
All right,
I
I'm
seem
stupid,
like
but
that's
I
an
ain't
armed
that
trap.
stupid.
You can
Does it seem
bet
like
your
that's an
ass
armed
you will
trap?
die.
I have to
You
say, I don't like that you blew up a tree, but
See?
you did take care of it. So
Yeah.
I mean,
It's still better.
he gets things done. He just does it in his own
Why
sort of
do you-
explodey type of
Can
way.
you just trust me for once
Uh,
in your life?
Gideon for
Gideon
sure
just
has
sits there
trust
with the
issues.
big smile on it, like the big shit-eating grin that Gideon does. And just like,
Okay.
what works, works.
He just got a cigar. Oh, blah, blah, blah.
So as you guys go walking forward into the forest, not setting off any traps.
Not blowing up any more trees?
Well, I can't guarantee that, but I can say that for now there's no trees blowing up.
Okay.
Yeah, rest assured there won't be any trees blowing up if I am disarming her.
I like
Good
that
call.
better.
Yeah. So
Trees that don't blow up.
Trees are smarter than you
Fun.
think, Gideon.
Fun.
Okay.
Good times. So exciting that trees don't blow up.
Yeah, the bees are also dying. Are you gonna go after bees
So the canopy
too?
is really
This is
thick.
Dark Sun. The bees are dead.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why everyone's starving.
That is one of many reasons why everyone is starving. So the canopy above you is really thick, so you definitely cannot. It's dark. You can't see the sun. You can't see.
But
The,
even if we could see the sun, it wouldn't be that much brighter.
Because it's,
Because
a
it's a
dark,
dark
sun.
oh, fuck you all. Somebody's got my back.
Nailed it. Nailed it. Literally nailed it.
So as you go walking along, it's surprising. So you never really thought about. You don't think about what is normal when you know what the norm is. So like as you go walking through the desert, you hear the wind blowing and sand rustling and stuff like that. But there's not when you travel through the wastes, generally you don't catch sound much. It's very loud here by comparison. Like you hear kind of chirping and whistling. You hear the sound of things moving throughout the brush of the forest. Every once in a while, you'll hear kind of actually, if you kind of look off the side of the path, and there's a stream on the side. Every once in a while, you'll hear a splash into or out of the water. So it's
Water?
Yeah,
What?
yeah. It's. It's a babbling brook, and
Water
you know,
science.
water is very scarce.
Any
The
chance the
best
brook
type
is
of-
trapped?
Yeah.
You don't see any traps on the brook.
All right.
So yeah, it's really loud to you guys. There's just all this like ambient noise of like living creatures, which is not something you're used to, other than when you're in the city. When you're in the city, there's people, but yeah, the idea that there's like nature and shit, not really a thing in Dark Sun for the most part.
Look at what druidic magic has done.
I mean, I'm obliged to agree with Oswald.
Hey, it looks not terrible to me.
It's all right.
As you walk for another few minutes, and you come across a cube about this big that's sitting on the ground, that's white and kind of granular looking. It's not stone, but it's like white sand or something.
Just a cube made of white sand.
Mm-hmm. It's solid.
Is there anything like written on it? Is there any kind of symbols or anything?
No, it's not a perfect cube. It's definitely worn in areas. But
And it's just sitting
it
on
was
the
probably
ground?
originally a cube. Yeah, it's just sitting on the ground.
How big is it?
It's a couple of feet off the path.
But how big is it?
About
It's like a salt block.
Mm.
A Morton salt block.
Well,
Yeah.
Great.
Why don't you
I'm
check
gonna-
for traps, Mr. Trap Expert?
I think maybe I'll
you
do
still
that.
want to show yourself up.
I'm gonna check for
Hope
traps.
it explodes in your face.
I'm gonna use Trap Expert, so I can 5,
Oh,
6,
nice.
7, 8, 9, 10. So I've got 3 holds I can use to search for traps, and I just want to use one to. Is there a trap? So if so, what activates it?
there is no trap here.
That's all I need to know.
Oh.
I'm gonna go over and then just like put my hand on the thing and like,
It's
Like-
wet.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like it's as you pull your hand away, it's definitely wet.
Does like sand come off of it and stuff?
A little bit, yeah, a little bit of the white sand.
This
comes off.
looks like an artificial construct of some sort. Like this does
yeah,
not
it's
seem like a naturally
not something that is
occurring-
created naturally. No.
Are we in a Minecraft area? Is that what's going on?
No,
Yeah.
but
Crossover game.
as you, that is, we're running Minecraft Saturdays.
Yes.
So, as you pull your hand away, a terrifying image or a terrifying creature appears, something you have never seen before in your life. And you see what we would consider a very beautiful baby deer that just walks up to the block and starts licking it. And you have never seen anything like this in Dark Sun before. We've joked about seeing it, but
What's that?
Why are its legs so like skinny and spindly?
Look at the way it moves. It's just like
It's like hopping around and like bouncing. Why isn't it attacking us?
yeah, it looks up at you with its big brown eyes.
Oh my God! Its eyes are so big. It's like it
So
can see
dark.
my soul.
Oh god.
I'm gonna spout lore that. I
There
want to know
could
if
be
it's an
innocent
option.
people living in those houses. And
All right,
all of a
who's
sudden,
innocent
you
though?
know, you are, you know.
What is life's greatest illusion? Innocence, my brother. Anybody play Skyrim? Right, Dark Brotherhood.
Oh yeah.
It's the Dawn Star Sanctuary's
Innocence.
password. Innocence, my brother.
So an elf.
People get this.
An elf comes.
There will be people that.
This is
Oh,
mainstream.
the fucking nerds on Twitch. Of course, I bet like 3/4 of the people in our chat have finished Skyrim, and when I say finished, I mean 150 hours plus finished.
100% completion.
yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't even completed 100%. I think I'm like.
so long.
It takes so long.
150 hours plus on Skyrim.
That's
that's a lot.
Yeah, that's not 100% completion. I only put in, I think, like 120 hours, and I was nowhere close.
No.
I think I
Yeah.
got through half the game, I would say, probably. I mean, I finished the main story, I finished the main storyline for the Dragonborn, and obviously the Revolution, that storyline. The minor storyline and the main storyline, but so many things I didn't do. The Dark Brotherhood, I did that shit, though.
That's a
You did
fun
that.
one.
It's
That's
a
awesome.
fun one. Okay, so an elf walks out of one of the buildings, looking kind of quizzically at you guys. He raises a hand and hails you. Hello, strangers. What? How do you? Where are you from? Where did you come from?
I brace myself before saying this, but I go, "Hello, friend. We come bearing the goodwill of Yenin, the Sorcerer King." Because that's what
So
we're here for,
the
right?
Sorcerer Kings are still in existence.
Ah, but he's not one of the bad ones. He's a good
They are all
sorcerer.
bad.
Well,
Every single one of them.
You'll
I
be
know,
glad,
right?
You'll be glad to know that I'm trying to convert him into only using druidic magic.
That's a fool's errand. They'll never give up
Really?
the power they have.
You don't think so?
There's so much more power in being able to use the arcane magic, especially the way they do, defiling the earth.
But arcane magic is bad. It's.
I agree.
Yes.
Yenin is making some changes. He's got a literacy program. Show him, Oswald.
Oh, well, but I don't want him to use the bad magic. This is my name. This is my last name,
Oh, cool.
and this is where I live.
Yeah. See? Changes.
Okay, well that sounds.
This is not your typical sorcerer king.
Look, we're here on a diplomatic mission. We may not be 100% on board with what's going on in that town, but I think we can all agree that for the good of people, we at least need to try and work together.
That's a good speech, Gideon.
I try.
Best thing that's come out of your mouth.
Well, I mean, we've tried in the past to bring back the world, but it seems like whenever we work with a city to try and beautify the city, another city comes in and attacks and just ruins all the work that we've done. What is there any way that Tyr could possibly even defend themselves if we were able to bring these things back?
Well, I have to say, if there's anything I can tell about Tyr, it seems like it's a well-defended
Yes.
city. It's got a certain amount of power behind it, and the people seem pretty enthusiastic about the city. So, hell, if you're going to have a chance anywhere to change things, that's probably where to do it.
So what makes Tyr worthy then? Why should we try and help Tyr when, if it's led by a sorcerer king, then I can already tell you 10 other things that are wrong with it.
Well,
Look,
Well, people are getting fed. People are learning how to read. There's no more slavery in Tyr.
between
That's
you and
surprising.
me, if we can work together to make Tyr a strong enough city that it could survive without a sorcerer king, then there is an underground movement which is set in place and could take the sorcerer king out. It's just important that for now we work with the sorcerer king and create infrastructure that can let people survive without it. Tyr is the city that is closest to actually being able to manage itself without a sorcerer king.
if I think it's the best chance for us to show the world how great druidic magic is. If druidic magic saves the world, then maybe all other magic will go away.
Yeah, or whatever.
Yeah.
Or like, fuck yeah.
I can go with you. I'm not going to commit to anything right now, but I'll come
Well,
back
we all
with
have
you.
a hard time committing to things, so it's all right.
You should consider committing to something bigger than yourself. It's actually very
Ah,
important.
man, we're
It's not
here.
really
Well,
worked out
no.
that fast.
I have druidic magic.
Oh, you're a druid.
Well, I'm not, but I believe in druidic magic, and I'm doing some studying, and I want to tell the world that that's the one magic we should be
Yeah, the
using.
druid rabbi's gonna sit down with him soon and go over the.
Look,
Yeah.
It's a lot of
Knocking door to door.
I'm spreading the good word.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
The initial test is very difficult, so you're going to need to study a lot for that.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
chaos follows me around. I might lead it on. But I'm not a person without causes. Like, I'm committed to that which I believe in. And even though, look, I understand your worries about dealing with Yinin, because I completely don't want to be under the thumb of another evil magical dictator. But
Right.
sometimes you need to work within the system until you're able to subvert the system.
I do not believe in pragmatism. Sorry.
I assume that you'll be able to grant me an audience with Yenin.
I think that's within our power.
I can speak with this sorcerer king, and I'm happy to see if our goals align enough that I can help.
Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you don't mention the subversive stuff I just threw out there.
Oh, right. Yeah. No. That, I won't tell him that you plan on eventually overthrowing him. Although something tells me that, given your attitude and
It
the way
occurs
you are,
to me in this
Yenin
conversation.
is probably already aware of that.
Well, it occurs to me in this conversation I probably shouldn't be as forthcoming with that information.
I mean, we did just meet them.
Sure, but they gave me a vibe.
Yeah. Also, yeah, they were against Yinin too. So. Yeah.
So definitely immediately talk about violent overthrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, the druid actually offers his hand and says, I'm Grayson.
Grayson. Tenley.
Grayson.
Oswald.
Gideon.
Grayson.
Coney.
Grayson. I hope that I haven't been to a city-state in a very long time, so it'll be, if nothing else, interesting to see how people have...
Did you say you hope that you haven't been to a city-state in a really long time?
I'm sorry, I haven't been to a city-state in a very long time. My hope is that, well, we'll see how they look now, I guess.
Well, if anything we can say for sure, it's that Tyr does not look like your regular city-state. Now, whether there's a beautiful veneer over a rotten core, well, that's each man's opinion to make for themselves.
It sounds like you have made yours up already. I'm willing to give it a chance. Again, I'm almost certain that Yenin is not going to be worth fully trusting, but maybe we can work together, at least for a short while, to comfort the people of Athos. Can I ask, so Yenin is, I'm assuming, a human.
As far as we
Yes.
can tell. I mean,
So-
can you really be human after you've dealt with those sort of forces that make you a sorcerer king?
I don't think you can.
I think we're of one mind here, Asvald.
Unless he was only using druidic magic, of course.
Which I'm willing to doubt.
Oh, yes, of course. Of course, he's used all kind of evil magic.
All
But-
that rotten vow.
So have I, so. But not anymore.
But we fixed you.
Not anymore.
You have defiled?
Yes, I didn't know I was defiling. But I
Oh, all right.
took control of these beetles. And,
We're not sure he
And
did
then-
anything.
and I received the magic curse after doing
Full
that, but then I was
disclosure,
cleansed.
He did not.
And then I was cleansed, but everything's okay. I'm cleansed now, and now I'm fighting against magic.
Yeah, he's 30-day cleansed at this
I
point.
could,
okay.
guys,
Gave
I
him
could
his
use a
chip, too.
cleanse.
The
I haven't had any powder all week. I don't even know how I made it this far.
That's right.
I'm feeling real sluggish.
Oswald, if you're ever curious and you're ever wondering, have I defiled?
Yes.
It's subtle, but you can tell if you've defiled generally because all life, plant and otherwise, will desiccate within 30 or 40 feet of you when you
Really?
defile. Did that happen?
No.
Then you probably didn't defile.
Well, also I was cleansed, so I know I'm okay now. I know I'm okay.
Okay, I
You know
don't want to get too much into the logic of this.
I'm gonna throw some
No.
advice out here and just say
Definitely
run
don't.
with it.
Yeah.
He's fine.
Yeah,
He's
I'm
got a
glad
sponsor
you're.
and everything.
I'm glad you're cleansed,
fine.
Oswald.
Thank you.
But also, just so the rest of you know, that's actually what it looks like when someone defiles. There are different types of magic.
So, when Yinin is close to any sort of nature, it
If he casts defiling magic, then
Oh.
anything in the area will, it'll destroy
Oh.
all plant life in the area.
I've
And if there's
destroyed
no
all
plant
plant
life-
life in the area, but it wasn't because
Well,
of
Yeah,
magic.
totally different.
Ah.
Totally different fucking reason.
Yeah, that's a different thing. If there's the way defiling works is it draws. I mean, it's why the planet looks the way it does. This planet, I'm not sure how much probably you haven't read. Last I heard, people don't read, but thousands of years ago, the planet was covered in water and green plants like this, similar to this.
That was like ancient world.
Yeah.
A few
People
thousand
weren't
years
around
ago.
then.
No,
I mean-
people were definitely around then. It was only a few
No.
thousand years ago.
No, I'm
No.
pretty sure people weren't around then.
Okay, they were around, and
Okay, but
all right,
but
but
they
this
probably
stuff-
weren't.
But there's stuff everywhere, like
Yeah.
How would that
it
even
was-
work?
it was-
No.
What do you mean? How does it work? Water came from the sky because there was rain.
Water, it goes in holes.
Grayson, you're.
I don't even know what this guy's
Grayson,
talking
you're
about.
high.
All right, can we just let's just
Come on,
calm
man.
we get it. Hey, save some of the mushrooms for us,
Yeah.
Grayson.
Like it's. we get it.
Can
we
you
get
grind
it.
them into
Because
powder?
this sounds like a lot of fun when everything turns green and grows.
And water falls from the sky.
Oh,
So
look, there's
dumb.
water falling. I'm gonna drown.
So naive.
I'm gonna drown out in the open.
I believe
from
you.
the sky water.
I
Okay.
believe you because
I high five Tina.
Baba Ba E told me all about your magic. I believe you.
Thank you, Oswald.
You believe in sky water?
Okay,
I do. I believe because Baba Ba E told me that this magic was great. I believe
Yeah,
it.
but Baba Ba E didn't say nothing about no sky water.
Yeah, well, your
Okay,
person sounds
the
like they're a
land-
stutter.
Hey, don't say that about my people.
okay. The land was green. There was a lot of water, and because of defiling, sorcerers unlocked the ability to, they learned this ability to draw power from the plants and the life around them, and that's what destroyed the earth and what left us in what we have now. Obviously, I didn't live during that time. No one did live during that time who's still alive.
No one lived during that time?
That's
Oh,
not-
who's
that's
still
what I
alive?
said.
Okay,
Who's
still
you
alive.
did qualify it.
Yes, who is still alive
Okay.
now.
Well, actually, we're reincarnations, but
Right.
Roll with it.
That's a lot. Okay.
Just nod your head. That's what we do all the time.
Even the sun, eventually, when the Sorcerer Kings ran out of things to defile, they even defiled from the sun itself.
oh no.
And this is why it looks how it is now.
Like that's why it's a dark sun.
Oh my god.
yeah.
Compared to what?
Hey.
Yeah, that's
Well,
right.
I think. I mean,
Well, I mean,
I haven't seen it, but
Baba Ba E did ask what color the sun was.
That's right.
it used. From what I understand, the sun used to be just like a bright white color instead of
That
the
must have
disgusting-
gotten really frustrating.
Yeah.
I feel like it's be
I
so
don't know.
bright all the time.
Probably, I don't, but it probably was better though. I mean, just overall, it probably was better. It definitely was better. My point is, we can go back to that. That is possible. There aren't enough of us druids now to do that, but if we had a safe place to learn and to grow and to recruit and to get more people, then we could bring back the world. There's no question about it. In fact, we could create one druid who's more powerful than the other who could accelerate the process.
I'd love to. I don't know if I can learn magic though. I don't know if it's possible. with my character.
I don't know if he's offering.
Yeah, to be
Oh,
clear,
you looked at me.
to be clear, Oswald, I'm not talking about you.
Okay. Well, I am special.
I'm sorry, I got excited.
Okay. I was excited too.
Sorry.
Uh,
Continue.
we can stay here. We can stay here before we depart back for your city tonight. I can offer you comfortable beds, lodging, and if you'd like, we have some mushroom tea. I know you were making fun of me earlier, but it is actually legitimately helpful in clearing your mind.
I'll take some of that, and do y'all have fighting pits?
I think you might have misread the culture a little bit.
I did?
No, we don't have fight. I know how enamored the cities are of having people just beat each other
No,
wildly.
you misunderstand. I like to learn. Okay, I'm all about learning new ways of fighting. So, if y'all have any knowledge you want to share with me, new techniques, weapons, things to stuff in your cuts, anything like that, I would be more than happy to learn from y'all.
Okay, if this is a search for knowledge, I actually do understand what you're saying.
I'm not super articulate.
That is very clear.
I'm surprised I know that word.
I am too. We have one druid. That druid's name is Billy.
Oh!
Yeah, and Billy will show you. Well, Billy actually fights as animals, if that makes sense. He
I don't know what that means.
Okay, he shifts into animals and then fights as that animal. So that's kind of a fighting
That's
style.
like a druid magic thing?
It's a druid magic thing.
Now, does he really do that, or is this
Okay,
the
it
mushrooms?
actually happens.
All right.
And is his intelligence lowered upon becoming an animal?
No, his intelligence is about the same. He's not that bright.
Yeah,
to start
because
with.
they're
Well,
pretty
animals
smart.
aren't particularly smart.
They're pretty smart.
And another question: when he becomes an animal, does he always go north?
You know,
Yeah. Like specifically north by north.
Does he always go north?
I'll say I don't think I've ever seen him go west, south, or east
Really?
when he's in his animal form. I don't know.
Okay, I was wrong about the buzzards. Maybe they were always going north.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I've never thought about it though.
Yeah.
It's just one of those things. We've never. It just
Oh,
it never came up.
wow.
Which
All right.
direction are they?
Hey,
Oh, they're going
let's get
north.
some of this tea going, right?
Right.
I pull out some of my cigars and hand it out to the other druids.
The druids are happy to try something new,
Alright.
and they also give each of you a bowl, like a bowl mug. Like those big
Keeping
soup
that.
soup
I'm
mugs.
keeping that.
Yeah, it's a souvenir. It's one of those like.
Oh, there's
You-
gonna be so much more than souvenirs for me.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're keeping it because got
You're
it.
keeping all the things
Yeah.
they hand me.
In fact, you guys, when you guys wake up the next morning, you cannot find the mugs they gave you.
Nope, they are mine now.
But yeah, so you drink you drink the mushroom tea that you're given, and there's strangely everybody's super into it and excited, and there's two druids that do not drink the mushroom tea, and if you offer it to them, they completely refuse. Templars with him. Hello, friends.
Hey, buddy.
Hello?
We
I was told you were back. I just recently found out, just now. Just moments ago I found out you were here. So I made a trip over here because you are... Obviously you succeeded.
You want some tea?
I'm okay.
All right.
we actually we made a friend who would like to talk with you.
Ah, this is good. This is exactly what we wanted. Let's sit. He motions to a large table and snaps at the half-giant bartender. The half-giant, of course, as usual, puts down, actually, just to make it easy, the bartender literally drops a dozen eggs on the table. Just sets them all up all around the table, and just cracks the top of each one. They're about this big.
Oh my God, I love some eggs.
I dig in.
Yeah. So you can just. And then you've got a just a giant bowl of kank nectar in the middle. Kank nectar is like the alcohol of Dark Sun, and it's it's basically drippings off of the glands of beetles, and people drink it to get drunk. It's fermented. Yeah, no, it's a normal thing.
Totally normal.
Did I miss anything important?
Just cake, nectar, and eggs.
Yeah, Yinen's talking to us.
Oh, and Yenin.
Yeah. So you go upstairs and kind of decompress, unpack all your stuff,
I got a
wash yourself.
I got a nice 4 set of
and
mugs.
You got a 4 set of mugs that you can set up on your shelf there at the inn. You come downstairs. As soon as you come downstairs, Yenin is waiting for you with his Templars. He sets up a table for you. Half giant bartender brings over a bunch of eggs and kank nectar. You actually notice as you guys came back, you actually notice Pitka coming back in, just looking totally disheveled from several weeks out in the wastes of just. He didn't say anything. He just decided to leave. He's like going out to the waste, left, and then came back, and he looks like hell.
I will immediately order some unseasoned gruel.
You order unseasoned gruel. Pitka sits down and just starts quietly eating his unseasoned gruel.
Well, we found your druid.
This I see. This is very good.
He's. Well, actually, did you get a look at those books I gave you?
Yes, we have several wizards pouring through them, finding the important parts, and then I'm looking at those parts. I don't have time to look through all of them all the time, although at some point I will.
Okay. Well.
We've already found some very interesting invocations in these books.
Probably. Yeah, some invocations. Okay, invocations.
Spells, some people call them.
Okay, spells that make other spells obsolete.
That sounds fancy.
I would have to agree. I would say that yes, I prefer these versions of the spells to some of the spells I've been casting. So yes, these have obsoleted a couple of the spells that I know.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Did we give the Sorcerer King new spells? When did we decide to do that, group?
I did. I showed him the druidic magic books that I got from the Half Giant Library, because he's going to use these spells instead of all the other bad spells that he uses.
Hooray!
Yeah, he wouldn't have been able to do that without his library card.
So happy about this. We're making
I know,
the
you
world
should be.
a better place.
Because he's going to be using good druidic magic instead of other magic.
Let's chat later, Oswald.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
think you're doing.
I'm doing a great job.
You're doing great.
That's what I thought
Great
too.
jobs here.
I thought that too. Druidic magic, it's the way of the
So
future.
glad we're giving Yin more shit he can do.
Yeah, well, the thing is, we're also kind of taking away shit he can do too.
No,
'cause he's
we
like-
can still do the other things, actually.
Yeah, but there's no need to, because he's got this
Well-
better stuff.
Yin, we brought you your druid. You guys should chat about bettering the lives of the people that you care so much about.
So Yenin gives kind of his standard stump speech about how great the legendary free city of Tyr has become since the old Sorcerer King was deposed. His stump speech, as usual, talks about how he didn't ever really want to be Sorcerer King and how he technically never even offered himself as a candidate. Somebody else said that he should do it, and that he only grudgingly agreed to. And then once he was in power, obviously, he's only made the decisions. He's only made decisions, with the people of Tyr in mind. Blah blah blah. Just kind of your standard politician speech, and then goes into and here's our accomplishments of everything that we've done. Like people aren't starving. People there's nearly full employment in the city. People have food and water, and there's in fact the the fire cleric temple has never thrived more. He glosses over the fact that the water cleric temple, the earth cleric temple, and the air cleric temple have just seen more and more dwindling numbers as the city favors one religion over the other, or one element over the other four. But nobody really cares too much about that because the other religions still exist. And he hasn't like outright favored one of them more than the other. It just so happens that one of them just happens to be more popular and continues to get more funding from the government. So, the druid is actually, like, you see the druid kind of take it all in and acts very impressed, reaches across the table. Grayson shakes Yenen's hand and says, I'll do anything I can to help make this city better. No questions. And Yenen seems very happy and says, okay, I'll be building a special place for you in my palace, large, comfortable. I'll try to make it like you're used to back home as much as possible. And the druid seems happy and leaves with Yenen to go back to the palace. On his way out, Yenen says, you are once again the most impressive heroes of the legendary free city of Tyr, and deserving of all of your accolades. In fact, he says, you know what? You have a few moments. Let's go look at something. And he takes you outside and leads you down. It's a long walk, takes about 10 minutes. And in the city square, you see statues that have been erected of all of you in very heroic poses. That just with your names on plaques, showing you to be the heroes that you are.
Can we put a quote on mine next to my name?
Absolutely. Whatever you want the quote to be will be what it says on the plaque.
Druidic magic is better than all other magic.
Make a lot of money changing the quote.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. And you think, Yenen actually says, and this is what you're always going to believe, right?
Yes. Of course. Baba E told me this.
Okay, fair enough.
Can't argue with him.
Does anyone else want a quote on their plaque?
Hashtag butt stuff. No, I'm just kidding. I don't actually. I don't actually want that on my statue.
We can put a straw poll, see if chat wants to make that happen.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Because they will.
Oh no.
Okay. Does anybody else, do you want a quote for your statue?
Gideon sucks.
Oh.
My quote is, "We're here to help."
Okay.
They made a statue of Jack's character of Akani, even though he just showed up.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, you might
That's how
find it.
awesome I am.
Yeah.
And I can get away with saying Gideon sucks because it's the truth.
Plus the statue is small.
Yeah, I'm only 5'2",
Pitka's
so
gonna come
I'm like
back and I have
itty
Be
a-
like, what the? Well,
Where's
he
my
won't see
statue?
it. We'll just tell him
Yeah.
that.
So you actually,
Aw.
so Tenelise actually is the only one that already has a quote on it, and it says "pow." Pow with an exclamation point.
Yes. In a fun font.
Yeah, and it's actually Comic Sans.
Yes. Oh.
that immediately.
no.
That
That is-
immediately ruined it.
That is not a fun font.
No.
Yeah. So in Comic Sans it says "pow." Pow. Yeah. So Yenen, shows you and says, "The city has embraced you as the heroes that you are. Just so that you're aware, I realize that you're never going to allow yourselves to be on the city payroll. You want the freedom to be your own people, and that's fine. You don't need to be on the city payroll. You just need to know that your efforts have not gone unnoticed. People in this city love you. You're heroes. Also," he hands you all giant bags of bits.
That I'm okay with.
Yeah.
Get money and people are gonna listen to me now.
Yep.
That's great.
Shouldn't.
Yeah. So
magic.
All right, I guess it's time to party.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you guys head back to the inn that you were staying at, and it is a crazy party. You all eventually find your way to bed much later than you might normally go to bed, but you find your way back, and you're woken up late into the evening by the sound of just a giant explosion towards the center of town. Just huge explosions in the center of town. You wake up to this and you look out the window and you just see a plume of fire towards
You know who
the center
does
of
that?
town. And that's where we're going to end for today.
You know who does explosions?
No, I don't.
All of us are like, where's Gideon?
Anybody could have done an explosion.
Anybody could have done an explosion.
People are doing explosions all the time.
That's true. That's a good point. All the time. It's so very common. Does anybody have enough XP to level?
No.
I know that you don't, but just so you know in the future, Jack, the amount of XP you need to level is your current level plus 7. So you would need 9 XP to level. Okay. And then once you do level, you erase that much XP. So you would erase 9 XP once you get to that point.
I have 10 experience.
Oh,
So
you have 10, so that's
I
enough
am
to level.
down a level to level 3.
Nice. It was that failed spout lore experiment that did it.
There you
helped.
go.
Come on, guys, spout lore more where
Good
you're going to look
thing.
stupid.
Good
And
thing
I get
you
to
did
take
that.
another skill on this
Yeah,
thing?
you get another advanced move.
All right, I've been thinking about this, and I'm definitely taking explosive gloves. Which lets me, like, hit people, and then my hands explode as I hit them. Because that's amazing, right?
Yeah, because that's a thing.
And I can recharge them every few spare minutes I have, and I get 1 for each hand, so...
Nice.
Give me something new I can do in combat. And it's still explosive.
That's a fourth thing. Yeah. I mean, really, I would say you do 2 things. You do explosions, and then you do, like... I mean, I guess you can say stabbing and sling is 2 different things.
But they're kind of the same.
They're the same. I mean, you hit things, and then you blow things up. And blowing things up is 90% of it.
Oh, yeah.
That's your shtick.
That's the core.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I can hit things and blow them up.
So thanks for tuning in to
gonna-
Dark Sun this week, y'all.
Do we have time to, like, resolve any bonds or anything? or-
Do we have bonds to resolve? Do you want to resolve a bond?
The one I wanted to resolve was that Tina and I have a con running because now that we're in on trying to get in with Yenin and take things out from the inside.
Oh, okay.
Does that count? Does that work?
It depends on if Tenna. I mean, Tenna, are you in on trying to take Yenin down?
I don't know that I want to take him all the way down without
That's
like
the thing. There's
real
not. It's going to be
proof.
hard.
I mean, I got you saying earlier that unless it turns out that he's like a good guy,
Yeah,
you'd
but
be in
I
on
mean,
it.
I feel like there are still a lot of things that we need to discover
I
and
think
figure out.
I think Tenna is going to need that
I'm
moment.
gonna need to see
All
him
right.
like strangle that little cute creature we saw in the woods, you know.
If you see him strangle
right.
a bunny, then you're like, okay, now I'm on board.
I'm
to
like,
take him
you know
down.
what?
No.
Gideon, get him.
Gideon, get him.
Okay.
Oswald, do you have anything
Uh,
to resolve?
yeah, I mean, the only thing it would have, like, 2 of mine are Pitkas, and the Gideon is for the creation of a natural menace, but we still haven't.
Yeah, we still haven't
Harp on
defined
that,
that.
yeah.
Let's
Actually,
define that next time.
maybe I should resolve. I wish Gideon would stick to plan more instead of winging it.
I'll buy it.
There was lots of crazy
Because here's
shit
the
happening
thing.
today.
You do wish that, but at the same time, I think today we learned how effective it really is.
I mean, it can be
Yeah.
good. It's not always a bad
Even
thing.
Jack would have to agree
For what?
that these bomb blow-ups are very effective.
No.
Okay.
No. I refuse
Fair enough.
to say that.
Nope. I guess you do not have to.
Nope.
Okay. So the way you resolve bonds is basically you look at the bond and then you determine if either you have explored that avenue of the character as much as you think you need to, or it no longer informs how you play the character. So would that be any of those bonds you see?
I mean, you did protect me.
Yeah, that's a pretty simple one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, otherwise, no, keeping this going.
Yeah.
And then I did modify one of them. I stole something from Oswald. It says I stole many things from Oswald and I hand Gideon and probably Pitka later.
Yeah.
But that is never going to be resolved.
Nope.
It will always
It will
be
always,
happening.
yeah, that is always
He
going to be
has
the
a
character.
problem.
Okay, so when you resolve a bond, you actually get to mark another XP. So mark 1 XP for yourself.
So, okay, cool.
Yeah, and then you can. I was wrong about those. You don't choose those. They are.
They choose you.
You can. I mean, do what you want, but
That one I know for sure. I don't know what that is, but that is for sure my weakness.
Okay, here's what you're going to do. You are going to, basically use these the same way you would do bonds. So today,
Okay.
during game, did you learn a secret about an enemy, gain a reputation, ignore danger to aid another, or any of these basically? So pick one of those 6 that you did today, and then cross it off. I mean, I can guess which one you're probably going to cross off, but
Actually, it was leaping into danger because instead of hiding like a little bitch,
you went in and leaped into
Yeah.
combat.
Nice.
That was
So-
surprising.
He
All right,
was-
give yourself
he was
another
right
XP
in
for
the
that.
Yes.
Nice.
I also did steal whenever possible, but
Yeah, that-
also a thing that will always
yeah,
happen.
yeah. You can get that one next time, or the time after that. And you guys don't have any alignments to resolve, right? Or anything like that?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, cool. All right, let's go around the table. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. Go ahead and make yourself a sandwich, and make sure you come back for our Phoenix game, because that is a tremendously cool game that is now available to purchase, and that is the coolest part about the game, is that you can buy it now instead of waiting like a year for it to come out because you stupidly, like me, forgot to back the Kickstarter, and absolutely should have. So definitely go to buy that game, and you can follow me at Mrs. Hongraham. We're gonna go a different direction around the table this week because it's different.
Hey guys, I don't have anything interesting going on right now because my life is boring. But you could follow me on Twitter if you wanted to, at Kelsey Kelsom.
I'm on Twitter at Daryl Haynes, on Instagram at Daryl the Haynes. I got my Nerdist sketch team, the Burbs, doing a show tonight at 8 o'clock, back to school. If you're in the Los Angeles area, come check it out. I do a stream Mondays and Fridays, 3 to 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm playing Paragon lately. I like that game again. I used to not
Nice,
like it.
good.
But it's a great game. And I also did get Heroes of the Storm. I
Nice,
played
we'll
a
have to play.
couple- Yeah, we need to play. Let me know.
Yeah. What's your? I'll ask you after stream what your battle tag is.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
What's up, Jordan?
If you want to follow me on Twitter, I almost never tweet, but it's at Jordan Pigeon. You can see videos of the video group that I make, that I'm part of, which is Senior Ditch Day. Just go to youtube.com/Senior Ditch Day. I am part of a improvised podcast called This American Lie, and just search This American Lie on Facebook or iTunes. And finally, check out, there's a new video coming out soon from my Nerdist sketch group, The Money Pit. Search us out on YouTube. It's just The Money Pit sketch. And that's it.
Jack Kelly, you can follow me on Twitter at JCKSNALXNDR, Jackson Alexander, with the only
So
vowel
just
being
no
the
vowel
A.
space? Oh.
Just the A at the
Got it.
beginning of Alexander, because I had to make it as confusing as possible.
Hit
I
me with that one more time because I just
J-
realized we don't have it in the overlay.
JCKSN, as in November, ALXNDR.
So Jackson Alexander.
Yes. On Twitter, I'm also the lead producer for Hamilton's LA, which is a Hamilton sing-along group. We just announced our next sing-along is going to be on September 24th. Tickets go up on September 1st. And then if you want to yell things at me while I make your coffee, I also work at Starbucks. So
But don't yell at him.
please,
I
we're
have
very fragile.
So I have a question. Hamiltunes. What
Yes.
is that? Like that comes from Hamilton?
Yeah, it's so Hamilton the musical.
Oh, sorry. I should be clear. What is
Yeah.
Hamilton?
Wait, back up further.
Hamilton is a hip hop opera about the life of Alexander Hamilton.
Would you say hip opera?
It is a hip opera
hip
for
opera.
sure.
Yes.
And so Hamiltunes is it's turning to this nationwide thing of sing-along events that you can go to, not only in Los Angeles but in San Francisco, in New York, in DC, in Chicago, in Atlanta, and
The good cities.
The good city. None of this Marion, Iowa shit. So you can, it's Hamilton the musical, and we do sing-along events. It's kind of like Rocky Horror Shadowcasts. So people like bring their own props and costumes, and everybody gets ridiculously drunk, and it's really, really fun. So if you're interested, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Hamiltunes, HAMILTUNESLA. And we post a bunch of stuff, and it's really fun. HamiltonsLA.com as well.
Yes.
So we have a website.
Also, I forgot to plug Plate Mail Games has a thing out this week, and I had the link on my Twitter, and I'm sure Saving Throw has also put it out, put it up on its link. But just make sure you go to Plate Mail Games and then buy the thing at Drive-Thru RPG. Because Wes is cool. He runs our Black Bag game on Fridays. So if you ever enjoy like watching that stream, then you should financially support. I mean, the donations are good as well, but like also buy shit that he has put work into. So that's cool. Also, more stuff from Plate Mail Games coming soon. So keep an eye out. You'll be able to spend some money in September. Yeah, he's good at game stuff. So anyway, yeah. Also follow Wes Otis. Physically.
As he walks down the street.
Like it.
All right. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. We will see you next time. Make sure you watch all the other Saving Throw stuff.
Bye, darling.
Bye. Dark Sun Darlings.
Not our group name.
Now hey-yo, you rascals, with your bellies full of pie, and listen to this tale of old where the heroes both beat high. Hey, the master of concealment and an adept at disguise, with heroes his 20 sticking fast, his husband fought for life.